Okay, time to go live and
try.
I think it's okay.
You think it's okay?
Yeah, I'm just gonna paranoidly check because I have a setup for Collins tonight, but there's a small chance I'm echoing in everyone's ears right now because we're live.
Oh, great! Hi guys, that's fantastic.
Nope. Oh no! Look at that. We're good. We're good. We're good. See, I need to give myself way more credit. Yeah, look at that.
You're doing great.
Hi, chat. Hi, Gula. Hi, Chip. And other people who see this.
I look like a crazy person right now.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure. What else
Talking
is
to myself.
What else is new? Welcome to a casual stream. I mean,
cash.
It's cash
stream.
Total cash, yeah. No big
Complete
deal.
cash. I can't.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I can explain the premise in a few minutes. I was going to be like, oh, let's wait for more people. I imagine we'll be here a while. But,
oh, God.
Okay, so, yeah. I hope everyone's doing well in the chat. I hope you've all had good weeks. I hope all my decent degenerates are feeling the proper amount of decent and, you know, the proper amount of degenerate. I am kind of in a weird spot right now where I'm working out a couple health kinks, I guess you could say, without going into too much details. So I'm on a series of, I'm just in a spot where there's some medication involved, there's some physical discomfort and pain involved. I just don't, it's not that it's anything super private or embarrassing, I don't feel like explaining it because I can't even. So I'm in this weird mixed mood of a certain amount of pain and discomfort tonight. So this is a me stream. I did this for me, and I dragged Winona in and chat. Now I'm dragging you into it too. But hopefully this will be good for you guys as well.
Fuck
So
you, Jeff.
yeah,
Just kidding.
yeah, well, yeah. See, I would have had a witty retort. That's where I'm at. See, I need to do something that's like easy to get off my chest, get on my mind. No brain teasers tonight.
Ranting.
No. How fucked up is this one band? You know, like let's quantify it. Let's write it out on the board for the class.
Oh,
you know,
my God.
We're gonna make this easy. This is our. We're going to make some predictions about bands that we think are going to do really well in 2019. And we're kind of doing it off the dome. We're doing it because...
It's because earlier today, Jeff and I were talking about bands that we were worried about.
Yeah.
In depth, and
Thank you for providing the context that I forgot to add. Is that...
We got to pick up the mood.
Yeah. Winona and I do talk a lot offline.
We're actually friends.
Yeah. Yeah,
in case you didn't know.
It's not just on here.
It's not for show. We don't act like we like each other and then secretly hate each other in depth, you know.
Yeah. And Winona's always in pain. And now I'm in pain, so it's especially bad. I'm kidding. So we're both in pain. And then all the topics we're talking about, which we will bring up at certain points on certain streams in the future, they were just really bumming us out. So we wanted to do, focus on the good now. Because there's a lot of good coming in 2019.
That's just not getting enough of the spotlight right now, you know?
Well, we got to plow through. It's like I said, we got to plow through the trash to get to the treasure, you know? You
know how they say there's a lot of fish in the sea? There's also a lot of trash in the sea. So...
There's a lot of fish in the sea, and there's a lot of fish with plastic wrappings around their necks in the sea. And,
a lot of toxicity in the sea. The sea is polluted.
Yeah. So
the sea is almost lava.
So yeah, these are predictions for like our MVPs of 2019. Like bands, basically, I'm gonna define these like doing well in terms of selling a lot, like striking a nice balance between good sales and growth as a band on the business side, but also putting out some really quality stuff as well. So I kind of mean it both ways when I say like the MVP, like doing well. I mean like, pulling it off, like everything related to them being a band, which
pulling it off creatively, which is the only thing we care about.
Yeah. Well, and I also want to like for some that I'm going to bring up, they're going to be, because they're the quality level of a lot of VK right now is actually very high. Like the average is rising. The average IQ of each song, you could say, creativity IQ, or I don't know. It's rising. My hair's a mess. Oh God. Having a.
That's a bus.
Yeah. So a lot of this stuff you guys know is going to be good, but some of the ones I picked out are going to be, I guess, like bands that I think that are going to like blow up or just like make a really good leap forward. We got a lot of bands coming to the West, probably more that haven't yet been announced. So things like that.
There's a lot in here that are.
There's a lot what? Are you at the store still? Getting all your. Yeah. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Winona, are you still there? Can you mute yourself?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm gonna mute myself 1 second.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's doing stuff. She's out and about.
Yeah, I'm living my right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. How do you mute?
I got you. I can just mute you, and then you can say unmute me.
No, I got it. I figured it out.
Oh, okay. Look at that. So yeah, we're gonna talk about some different ones. I know this has been a kind of a long intro, but yeah, that's kind of what we want to do, is talk about bands we think that are gonna glow up and blow up, basically in 2019. So. Now, one other thing that I want to do is, let's see what I should share. What should I share? How can I share it? And then, in order to explain this, not explain this, but yes, kind of explain this. Let me share my screen real quick. So we will do. This is going to be very big. Yep. So I will make it a tad smaller. And let's grab that over here. And yeah, there it is. There's VKHpress.com. So this is our website for those of you who have just found us. Welcome. Oh my God. Stop being a putz, OBS. Stop being a putz. Let's see what we can get rid of here. I don't think we need all of these little widgets on here. And I think that's fine right there. That's nice and stylized. Look at that. Look at that diagonal positioning. That's pretty dope. And then I can move it over a little. Look at that. I'm so pro on this. This is great. This is great. This is great. I knew keeping it simple tonight would be good. I already feel better. I already feel healed. Oh, nope, there went my back. Ow. Okay, my back. ruined the mood for a second, but that's okay. Okay, so now that I have that showing, so we have Collins enabled. So this is our Discord. What's up? This is the Discord. If you see this right here. So what you can do is, if you join our Discord, the link is in the description down below. If you go in, then you can, some of the first stuff you'll see, some of the first channels you'll see is VKH Live. You can go to VKH Live call-in waiting room, and you can't see this guy, this is us. But we will drag you guys in and do call-ins periodically throughout the show. So if we see anyone in there, I've got my eye out for y'all, and we'll probably do it every 30 minutes or so. So for anyone who's interested, you can just go ahead and join there and wait there, and if we see you, we'll drag you in. So, but we're going to talk about a ton of different bands, a ton of different stuff tonight. So, Winona, are you back? You still falling around in boxes?
I'm here. I'm literally, and now I'm trying to figure out how to pull a bunch of boxes through a door.
While on the phone? While live?
If you don't want me to do it, the name of the video will change to Winona wrestles boxes through the night. Like that's what this whole video will be about, instead of Visual K or anything like that.
I'm good. I think I'm good. I think I'm good on that.
Chat's good. I think chat's good too. Give me like 5 minutes. I'm really almost through it. But yeah, maybe not drag people. Maybe call. So it doesn't sound like we're kidnapped.
Maybe what?
Not drag people into the call. Just welcome them.
No, I literally drag and drop them into the call from one channel to another.
Oh, I didn't know that. I was like, wow, wording. Okay.
We've been
cool,
over.
Cool. I thought this was supposed to be more upbeat. Whatever.
This is supposed to be more upbeat. I'm gonna drag you onto the air for public humiliation, whether you like it or not. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyone who thought I was literally dragging them in, no, not my style. Not a male feminist. It's not my style.
Wow.
So anyways,
too much.
Inside joke activated. We'll have to explain that one day.
Hakusa. You can explain Hakusa on day 2. Totally relevant.
Well, we're trying to talk about the good ones today, so we've talked.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. We'll talk about Hakusa another day.
All right. Do you have one that you want to start with, or do you want me to pick one?
Give me later. You do it first. I'll be back once I get my boxes through this door. I'm moving, guys. That's why I have a lot of boxes.
Okay. So, I think one that's very relevant, because I'm literally going to be covering them in Milwaukee in a week, is Acme. So I want to talk about Acme. I know we've talked about them off and on a little bit, and we're going to have our own stream, so I won't go too... I'll try not to spend way too much time on it, but if there's anyone that wants to call in and talk about Acme real quick, this is me talking about them. But definitely wanted to bring up Acme because they are coming out. You know what? Let me get rid of whatever this is up here. So they are coming out to Milwaukee in a week. Anime Milwaukee. It's going to be lots of fun. Their first visit to the U.S. They beat a lot of other bands over here, actually. Now that I stop and think about it, they beat a lot of other bands over here that I wasn't expecting them to do. And of course, a huge part of that is, Rhubob's skillful promotion over at Fake Star. So, shout out to her, and best of luck to her with all the events going on next weekend.
I wouldn't think about the bands they beat over here, just commend them for making it over here.
Well, yeah. It's. I mean, what I'm trying to say is, I thought they would have. They've exceeded the timetable I expected. You know, I had money on other, on a certain time frame and stuff like that. So, they did beat them over though. That's how time works. It's all a competition. Don't you guys know this? Everything's extremely competitive. That's all. That's all. I'm just
It's all
kidding.
networking.
I'm just
It's
kidding.
all-
Yeah, just teasing, of course.
It's all about who you know.
Yeah, my boys. Yes.
Your boys.
Yes. Yeah, they're definitely our boys for a lot of us at VKH and also in the chat. I know. So,
My boys, my clients.
yeah. Were you able to hear what's the latest Acme thing you've heard, Winona?
Secrets. No, I'm kidding.
The
Oh, you meant actually.
Yeah, latest release.
What was the name of the thing that I had to do a thumbnail for? Last Pride.
Okay.
That.
Yeah, oh, cool. You're caught up. You're caught up.
Yeah, I have to be. I do their YouTube. I do their YouTube thumbnail.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah, I make their social media look pretty,
Yeah.
or try to. I highly respect their talents. I'm just really frustrated with these boxes. So all cursing is really directed at these boxes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised you beat me to moving, by the way. I thought I was going to be moving first. Yeah.
I've been trying to move on campus for like weeks, honestly, because my life is too complicated to live off campus right.
So, look through our channel for variety of Acme coverage. We've done listening parties. We've talked about them on a few different streams. And then look on our channel for. You could also just search VKH Live Acme. I think it's pretty easy to find us, our stuff now, thankfully. God,
Google loves
I
us.
hate having to look at myself with these headphones. Ugh.
Get better headphones.
It's gonna make me have to readjust every time, just like the vain motherfucker that I am. But I'm really liking just the way that they've just turned into like the all-star international band for like really redefining like a lot of genres like post-hardcore and stuff like that that there's just not a lot there for at the moment, not a lot of love for, not a lot of representation, not a lot of genre representation and stuff. So but they're doing it with such like they're doing so many things at once, it's like hard to keep track of, which is why I had like started them out as like Extra K. It was like just calling them Extra K because they were like so crazy at the beginning visually.
They're still crazy.
And they're still crazy, but they're doing things that I can track now and I think are really, really smart. And like some of those things are like they're taking a lot of stuff that Westerners, a lot of influence from bands that like a lot of Westerners like have really fond memories of, so they may not be in right now, but if it comes on the radio, like, or if someone were to pop on the song, they would always respond positively to it. So like you have bands like, the Japanese influence is very, I guess there's some like, I guess it's, I don't know if you want to, should we keep, I don't want to keep calling it lunacy inspiration, but like that.
No, it's how they make their melodies
Yeah.
to suit, because the whole Japanese style is rather than focusing on the talent of the vocalist and making whatever melodies, they make melodies that suit the vocalist's range. And that's why you have so many bands from Japan that sound so
The
different.
vocalist what? Sorry, you
The vocalist's
cut out.
range.
Range.
The vocalist's range.
Okay. Yeah. So, so there's obviously the Japanese side, like they sound like a Japanese band for sure. But then like I will pick up things like, and I'm talking to like these like feel good, memorable bands like even like, I mean, from their last album, there was everything from like Panic at the Disco, Streetlight Manifesto, you know, like the old school post-hardcore that was like a little bit harder, like older Pierce the Veil and Sleeping with Sirens almost.
Yeah, their first album. Yeah.
Yeah, and then so many other things. There's like all these different pop rock influences, punk influences. There's some nu metal influences, especially in like some of the tracks on this latest single. It's a lot of feel good stuff, like a lot of stuff that's like, oh, that's a good vibe, but then it's wrapped in like this modern kind of Japanese style, which I mean, let's be real, Chisa's just been a master of this, you know, since he was in Dive, pretty much. So, oh my God, did you just drop every box in existence?
No. I found more boxes.
Oh, you found more boxes?
That's what I did.
Okay.
Literally went down the street hunting for boxes, look into the trash room of my dorm, and there's hella boxes.
All right. I see.
So many boxes. I'm going to take one of these boxes.
Okay.
I'm taking these boxes. Okay.
All right. Mute yourself if it's going to get noisy. But
no, it won't be noisy anywhere, I promise.
Okay. Yeah, so I think that's really going to that's going to win them a lot of favors. Obviously, it's winning them a lot of favors in the Visual K fans and stuff. Their videos are really well done. Their music is really well put together. Like they've really got their act together, especially as of like their first full album. Like it's like the amount of improvement that I've seen from this band, you know, over such a short period of time is very, you know, very impressive and you know,
exponential.
There you go. That's the word I was looking for. So, I'm really excited to get their music out to more people in the States, and I think they're one of the bands that it's likely that a con seems like a good place for them to start that. But then, like, I feel like their music is going to go over great at a con, but I feel like it may be able to spread better than like your average band that ends up at a con because of all those, like, I don't know, all of like those like nostalgic vibes that I'll get from Acme on occasion. And it's almost like an attitude. It's almost like an emotion that goes through their music too, that kind of brings up memories of some of these like past bands. So it's like almost like a I told myself I wouldn't say the word emo. I didn't ever describe bands like that ever, but it's like that. It's very
just say emo.
No, very emotionally charged.
You know they do it.
Passionate. Do they?
Yeah, they do it. Like, I don't know if Acme specifically does it, but a lot of Japanese bands refer to themselves emo because they're stuck in 5 years ago.
Empathic, maybe? Is that better, more correct? I don't know, but
nah, just say emo.
Anyway, I think they're gonna go over well with their initial audience at the con and the people that find them there. But then, if they're able to like if they're able to be spread from the con, like they gain a bunch of fans from the con, and then those fans start blasting that music around their Western friends.
Contagion.
They might be able to, yeah. So a con may be the perfect place for them to get their foot in the door and actually really make some progress, because that's the big problem for a lot of these con bands is the reason that they go to those cons is because they are a good gig, they're a done deal, but there's not really a lot of expectation that I usually see on what happens afterwards. Like they're hoping it'll improve their audience, but there's not really a coordinated game plan or anything like that. It's usually more around, you know, making a splash at the con and seeing what happens. In Acme's case, I feel like seeing what happens may amount to a lot more than just, oh, well, you know, there was some, you know, like a bunch of people at the con saw him and got into him. don't know. I feel like they really could spread that sound around a lot. It's very contagious. It's an emotional contagion of like the positive variety. So yeah, that's so I do think I know they've just put out one single. They've already put out a single, and they're going to be at the con. So they already have a lot of plans so early on in the year, and the rate at which they release content is fairly frequent anyway, and so it kind of leads me to expect that there will be more stuff that we will see from them one way or another throughout the year. I don't think that's a pretty safe bet. But so just based on, kicking off the year with like, a really impressive performance, and I have seen clips of their live shows. They're very good live from what I can tell. So there's a really high chance they're gonna like blow people away at Anime Milwaukee. It's gonna be really cold there, man. Like, so I hope everyone still shows up. I assume people in the Midwest aren't like total babies about it like I am. So, but
Yeah, you're the only one.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Good. All right. Yeah. Us people living in civilization,
I mean, Wisconsin and Illinois, man, they get it.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, man.
Yeah, that's the
Ohio.
tundra up there to me. I'm like, man, like, is the plane gonna freeze while it's landing? Like, is it safe to fly in there? Like, how does this work? How does this white stuff falling from the sky work?
I saw a GIF of some guy screaming, "I have a sweater!" Like, that reminded me of you.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, I will definitely be there. I had to make sure I made some plans. All my plans worked out, so I've been hinting at it on streams, but I am going to be at Anime Milwaukee covering them. You guys can we're going to play it by ear, but you can probably look forward to you can almost certainly look forward to a live stream from Anime Milwaukee, barring the hotel doesn't have Wi-Fi or something.
Yeah, and I'll say it here, but I can't show anything. I made their merchandise for this year, so go buy the merchandise.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you did. So, Winona's doing the ultimate side hustles. It's like the ideal side hustles right now. I love it.
Nice for all these bands.
Yeah. So, so yeah, definitely keep an eye out. Once I, kind of get an idea of the schedule and lock some things in and finish a bunch of stuff on my end here, we will definitely have a bunch of plans, fall into place, for stuff there, like live streams and things like that, like we did with Anime Weekend Atlanta. So, and what was the last thing? Oh, okay, yeah. And the last thing I wanted to say was like shout out to everybody who has like watched our stuff and shared our stuff and everything like that, and who has donated and supported the show through Streamlabs. The link to do that is in there, by the way. Is in the description, by the way. I did update the GIFs on Streamlabs so that they do actually. I have like a nice variety of bands that are popular with chat, popular with a variety of just a variety of fun GIFs and stuff. I'll probably rotate them in and out instead of making them artist specific moving forward. But shout out to anyone who supported us either financially or like spreading it around and allowing us to get more exposure and support that way.
Shout out to our day one.
Yeah,
you were always there.
Yeah, because I don't try to talk about it a ton on stream, but you guys did really support us very well in 2018, and we're volunteer runs still a lot, so every bit helps. I was able to do a lot of my coverage because of out-of-pocket payments that I was able to make last year, and I'm not able to make them at least for the first part of this year. So your Streamlabs money and your Patreon money that you guys spent to send me messages and to send messages and gifts and to do stream requests and and get the extra content and or behind the scenes content and stuff, like, you know, that is what is allowing me to go to Anime Milwaukee right now. So thank you very much for that. On a personal note from us, we appreciate you, and
Yeah, you're helping us keep the site alive and do all the great things to give you great content.
Yeah, look what you. So I mean, look what you did. Look what you did. You were such good boys and girls, and so sweet to us. And now, we held it. We squirreled it away for a rainy day, and it turns out by rainy day meant snowy day. So.
No, it's still rain. It's just frozen.
Yeah, it's a frozen rainy day.
Yeah.
It's going to be so cold. So you're going to get to see me live stream probably with hypothermia. That's what your donation bought you, and you didn't even know that.
Can you live stream like with you standing in the snow with like a microphone, like you're getting a forecast? That would be great. I would love that.
Oh, like do a weather report?
Yeah. From MT. But like your version of a weather report, like just complain about how cold it is. Cooler than this. Like if hell froze over, I'm pretty sure
that's a great idea, actually. Yeah, I could probably definitely do that. That would be
hilarious.
I'll at least do an upload or something.
Your first actual snow. That would be fantastic.
It's not my first experience with snow. It's just my first in like 15 years, probably.
Yeah, that's still first. I'm going to count it.
Or like 10 years, I guess. Maybe 10. I don't know. And now here's Jeff with the weather. It's fucking cold, says Google in chat. Yeah, that's kind of what ran through my head. And I was like, I don't know if I should say that out loud, but it would just be all expletives. Like,
what's his name? What's the weatherman's name on Family Guy? Wall. I'd be like, it's cold. And then we just cut back.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I bet. I'm gonna Google something real quick over here. Can you make me, or can I? I could probably find it otherwise. Can you make me like a weather forecast overlay for the live stream?
Define overlay. Do you mean like
a PNG? Something with a transparent layer. Which is apparently a PNG, I think.
Oh, do you want like a report logo floating on the left side?
Yeah, like a weather
meteorologist.
Yeah, like a meteorology kind of thing. With like a little fake.
I'll figure out what it is.
Make me fake news for a day.
Make you fake news. Okay. Okay, tell me what the weather's like out there.
It's just a big blizzard. Just a big blizzard.
Just be like, here's the temperature, and then I'll just be like, fucking cold. That'll be it. That would be great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yes, exactly. It'd be so good. Okay. All right. So that's Acme. We'll see you guys in a week for that. But again, guys, links in the description if you want to send us a super chat. The gift does show up on stream. Also, if you want to call in, there's a link to that as well in the description. And I'll keep an eye out for y'all and drag you in. Not drag you in. Invite you in. Invite you in. Just join the waiting room, and then I will. Should I give
you in?
Should I give a warning since we're such nice guys here? Most live streams don't do that. They literally, the reason I say drag is because it's like you'll be waiting there, and then suddenly it's like, oh, you're on the air. But I don't want to make everyone really shy.
We should warn them.
Okay.
Like, aren't we all generally being nerds?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes, I'm barely. I'm barely functional socially at this point, so it's not like there's some big giant competition here for best orator. Like, this is all the words I get out during the day. The rest of the day,
this is all a route.
Yeah.
This is all a ruse. We're not this social in life.
It's very weird. I do feel like I'm developing a weird form of, I don't want to say autism, but I don't know what other comparison it would be, where it's like the only way I can really talk is like on a live stream. It's so bad, which means I need to go socialize more with people. So, yeah, I don't know. No, don't be self-conscious.
If we can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
We're just regular digulars like you.
Yeah. You should call in, Ghoul. Anti-people, Jeff. Yeah. I used to say I was an antisocial extrovert, but it's more like it's shifted from like I was able to be extroverted and like it's just I just couldn't stand people to now it's like we're way past can't stand people, but now it's like I can only do it through digital channels because I spend so much time on the computer because of all my various jobs are like that now. So but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens moving forward. So, Winona being the beacon of support as always. Yeah.
Am I always? Pretty sure I put down a lot of bands indirectly.
That's you do that out of love. That's called pruning. That's pruning the seed. You're pruning the seed. You know, getting rid of the weeds so the flowers can bloom. Yeah. Okay, so this has been Acme. High chance of being a real MVP, just because the stuff they keep putting out has been very on point. They're also making a U.S. appearance at the height of their game, basically. At the height so far that they've had comparatively. And like they're just on a roll. Their music's not really in dispute in terms of like, like is it gonna change more? How's it gonna if it improves, is it gonna get better? Or is it gonna is it this or that? It's like no, they just are kind of on a roll. They're doing very good. So good shit there.
Good shit.
Yeah. Okay, so who's another one we should bring up? I'm trying to see if I should avoid diving into the obvious ones until later on, but do you have one you would want to bring up? Yeah, Winona, or do you want me to pick another one? I got lots to choose from here, actually.
I don't even see a list, my guy. So let's do.
Oh, should I send you a list? I didn't send you a list? Oh, I'm great. I'm a great co-host. Oh.
Jeff is fantastic.
Oh, sorry. I'll show you what I'm looking at here.
You're actually great.
I have a series of things, yeah. So you can comb through some of this because there's a lot of releases. There is, like, I'm looking at the Visual K ones. I'm also looking at general, J-Music releases and stuff. But here, I just sent you some things. There's still a lot to pick. Well, anyway, I think another MVP I want to pick, expected MVP, I guess, is going to be, I'm going to say Viva Rush next. We'll get the Osharia ones out of the way, I think, right up front, right at the gate. How you feeling about Viva Rush these days, Winona?
Love them. They're great.
Yeah, they're great. So they have a single that just came out, I believe. It's called, or is about to come out. Oh no, it comes out on February 19th. It's called Viva Rock, and it's a double A-sided single, I think. They just put 2 full PVs up for the 2 songs, and one of them is very Kira and enjoyable and catchy, really catchy. Viv Rush is crazy catchy, and goofy and silly. And then the other one is called Vivarock, and it is outright insanely silly. It's a really funny parody on like rock music, like Western rock style. It kind of feels like you kind of hear them parodying like the boom boom clap from I Love Rock and Roll, which kind of reminded me of you remember when Lip Lick did that a while ago. Mm-hmm. Yeah, with it's like that, but like they were doing it like artistically and non-parodyingly, and they're just taking it and running with it and just making it their own thing. And it's more like they parody, like I feel like they're making fun of AC/DC kind of bands more than anything with like the sound and everything, and they're like all like just the attitude. It's fucking hilarious. Let me pull this up. I might play the PV, but or play silent play part of the PV in the background, so people don't think I'm over exaggerating. But so I have maintained for the longest time that I think Vivarush would be like the ultimate con band. Like in terms of, and I think you're with me on this. I think we're both on record with this, right? Haven't we've talked about this before?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we talked about it live, but
we talked about it with Lori.
This is true, yeah. Yeah, so I really feel like with all of their crazy personality, their crazy they're just Rui Maru especially, but all of the members, like they just have like a great charisma. They're fantastic on social media. They build up a ton of hype around themselves individually, and they're just funny and silly. There's live footage of them that's hilarious. Everything about it is just telling me it's like if these guys came to a con, they would make such a huge splash. Like people would they would win over everybody at the convention like no other band has before. So fingers crossed that we get to see them over here one day. Shout out to Lori and V-Star Promotion, who does work with Vivarush, and they've all done a great job. The end result has just been a great job so far of like the international promotion. I always, just getting a really strong response. I'm seeing at least from English speaking fans from Vivarush. Rui Maru's on TikTok, by the way. Winona, did you see that?
Oh my god, of course he is.
Yeah, which is like, you want to talk about turbo woke on like turbo hip, basically, in terms of tech. Like, they're gonna have Gen Z fans, before they graduate high school, basically, before the Gen Z. They're gonna have fans maybe as how old is Vivarush? How old are the Vivarush band members? I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure what comparison I was trying to make there, but they're gonna have really young Gen Z fans from like the TikTok promotion. It's gonna be hilarious. What?
I think they're all in their 20s.
Really?
I mean, I don't know. I think they're all. I really think they're all in their like 20 or something like that. Maybe young, maybe old. They're not 30.
They're not 30.
I don't think they're in their 30s. I definitely think they're in their 20s.
Yeah, I guess I'm not. Yeah, because they've been around a few years, so if any of them were in their teens, they're probably in their 20s now.
No, I don't think they're in their teens.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think even when they started, I don't think they were in their teens.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see here. Oh, God.
Let me do a Google search. Vivarush. Internet, tell me what you know.
So as you can see, it's it's crazy level, like Golden Bomber levels of awesome parody, but I really like how they
Of
kind
energy.
of, they have their own,
Positive energy.
yeah. Well, I really like how they have their own energy and their own personality. So where it's like, it doesn't just feel like a Golden Bomber thing. It's like, it's this is just all Vivarush being Vivarush, and that's really cool to see a young band being able to do that. You know, it's you know, they can even just like take the piss in their own way, like, you know, take the piss out of like some rock and roll stereotypes in their own way. You know, like it's you know, Kira K is much harder of a scene to make yourself unique in than people give it credit for.
Everyone's doing it.
Yeah. So it's like, once you commit to the fact that that's the kind of band you are, it's really hard to distinguish yourself. So
is it bad that I looked up Vivarush band and then Imagine Dragons Wikipedia came up?
What?
I don't know.
This is how you know Google is evil and corrupt at the top. Is that they basically were like, did you mean you meant the bad kind of pop rock, right? Not the good kind of pop rock. You meant Imagine Dragons. You meant the bad
like
kind.
Imagine Dragons Chicago band, The Killers.
Oh, okay.
The Killers are good, but like Imagine Dragons.
Well, they were. Oh, keep it all right. Keep it positive. Keep it positive. Yeah. Yeah. Google's offended at Google from that. It looks like, get that garbage out of my face, Google. Asuka asks,
pop rock out of my visual K.
Asuka asks if Ruimaru is already Tracer, and does he hit the dab like Wiz Khalifa? Well, I don't know. All I know is that I guess they never miss, huh? You know. Like, so.
If Rada can dab, then so can Vivarush.
I love TikTok, man. I gotta tell you, I'm pretty into it. I don't have the app, or I have the app, I just haven't used it. But just watching like ironic TikTok trolling compilations has been was like my greatest deep discovery of 2018. So. That's definitely been great. I might it's to the point where I might actually just start using the app and seeing where it goes, because the memes that it is degenerating into, like, or not degenerating, deteriorating into, either or, I guess, but like it's just like it's exploding into all these different like sub memes and crossover stuff, and it's getting like danker and edgier, and like it makes perfect sense that he's on there, like that a Visual K guy would get on there with, you know.
I think we like Vivarush so much because they've embraced, and there are so many bands that have not, and like to be successful you have to meme yourself and accept it.
Oh yeah, because we've been waiting for so long for like general cultural permission to like you know, meme hard on bands and stuff.
Yeah, basically for like bands to be okay with like jokes that aren't at them, but like of little things, you know,
that aren't at them but are like that aren't making. What was that last part you said? You cut out.
Like they aren't at them, but like I don't know how to word it. Like, we're not laughing at the band.
Yeah. They're not laughing at the band, but it's just a meme. It's fun to do.
It's a little joke that's not about you.
Yeah, a lot of implied humor that's hard to translate across cultures. And the end result is we're having to kind of like see bands come out as okay with it one by one. So some bands like Vivarush and Mamireta just kind of dive into the idea head first, you know, one way or another.
Once the bands realize that that's how like bands like BTS got popular and stuff, then they'll accept it. But until then, they're just gonna be like, yeah, let's be BTS, and it's like that's not how it worked, but okay.
This is basically BTS seems to get the message across. Apparently, is what we've learned, right? The industry people
they
look at
figured it
BTS like, I'll do that. It's like, well,
No, it's that
it's closer.
figured it out, and now industry people overseas, like in Japan, are trying to figure out what they did that worked so well, and they think, oh, we just have to look like and act like them, but that's not.
Yeah.
That's not it, because that's what got us in the predicament with One OK Rock, right? Like, they sound like not what they sound like.
Keeping it positive.
Before.
We're keeping positive. Keeping zen. I need to be in my zen
mode. It's hard.
I can't do physical and mental discomfort at the same time. I'm staying in my zen mode.
Look, I'm not uncomfortable because I think of these things all the time. This is normal everyday life. This is why I was launched into like the deep internship, but I'm fine. Okay. I'm fine now. Okay. I've accepted it.
Well, humor me at least. Humor chat.
Okay.
Pretend like we're doing a show where we're trying to make the audience feel good by watching us. It's kind of the point of putting on a show, They're not watching it to get depressed all the time.
You know what's great about Visual K? It's not gonna get affected by any of this bullshit.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
It in and of itself is creative. Like, if you're completely ripping somebody else off, you can see it, and the fans don't like it, and then those bands don't do well. So Visual K is gonna do well because it's creative to the core. It's best. So it's fine.
Thanks for stopping by, Asuka. See you later. Thank you for
Hope I made it on an up note.
Thank you
before you left.
Yeah, thank you for asking me TikTok related joke questions. There's very few people in the chat that will humor me with that. All right. We could keep it on the meme side and talk about more MVP stuff that's related to another meme band by the name of Mamireta. What do you think about that? What do you think about Mamireta?
They're great. I love them too. I like all the meme bands. They get me.
Man.
I feel like I can do it. It won't matter because I won't be offended.
So do we want to just say all the meme bands are going to be MVPs this year as a prediction?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're going to do great because they've embraced the internet.
Yeah. They've been gearing up for it. So they're not going to even they're not even going to like have the awkward phase where it's like hello fellow kids, but instead of hello fellow kids, they're like they're trying to meme for the first time and they're like Chatelet fellow Kekistanis, like, or whatever.
Yeah, like if Visual K was the internet, these bands are right? Yeah. Like they should have Reddit channels.
Hit or miss, my fellow 9-year-olds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but talking about Mamireta specifically, I guess what we can talk about is they have I believe it's their first mini album is going to be coming out at the end of March. I need to double check their everything real quick.
Double check everything.
Yeah, just because for all I know, this is one of 10 different releases they've announced coming from March. But their first mini album is going to be called Weekly Zetsurin Mansion. Let's see what we got. If there's anything else, or if I don't know. I think I'm up to date there. Correct me in chat, anyone, if there's another. I'm like any other band. It's like, oh, it's like a month and a half out. That's obviously their next release. But after December, I'm like constantly having to double check if Mamireta's announced another single or like snuck in like another a simultaneous release. Like they put out stuff so fast, man. Okay, yeah, it looks like, yeah, this is their most recent. 7 tracks, March 27th. So there's that. You're going to get your first full mini album from Mamireta. That's exciting, right? Another interesting thing. Let's say you do this. Let me grab this. or actually, let me just start from YouTube. All right, let's say you're on YouTube, right? Let's say you go and you type Mamireta. You know, normally in the past you would see Mamireta PVs and stuff like that, and then you would see Mamireta's channel. What has changed here? Interesting. Mamireta's channel has changed to a certain degree. It's looks like it's called Punch Records now. Have you noticed this, Winona? Did you catch this? Yeah.
No.
There's a bit of a rebranding process going on the Mamireta channel. It is now called Punch Records. I believe there's certain bands that may or may not allegedly be joining it. We'll have to put out some more articles and stuff covering it if it is. I need to look into it and verify it for myself. But we've
really hoping for more meme.
Yeah, you just want more meme bands.
I just want more meme bands. We
Chip,
got enough of.
I see Chip in the.
More meme bands.
I see Chip in the waiting room. Chip, I'm gonna pull you in like 2 minutes. If you want a heads up. So this is the band that, again, I talked about them. I did a stream dedicated to them in December. But this is the band that figured out monetizing their YouTube channel faster earlier on in their career than I'd really seen any other band do. They did a 24-hour live stream, which is the trademark I'm a great YouTuber live streamer boy is the 24-hour marathon stream. They did one of those. They've been raking in the super chats when I check in on them. They got so many views so fast. In order to get to that point, they seem to really know how to market themselves, how to push their meme brand, how to meme their way into success. And so now their business savvy seems like it's going to continue maybe into business form with Punch Records. I think, is this their website? Or is this, it just goes to mommyretta.com. So I don't know. Any comments on that one, Anna?
Oh, crap.
Seems pretty MVP worthy, okay. Right?
Yeah, it does. I thought I muted my mic. Sorry. I didn't.
Yeah.
A couple jokes ran through my head as you went through Punch Records, but it was man, bands the CEOs, huh? List runs an all meme-based label. Perfect. Go big in America.
Oh my god, an all meme-based label would be phenomenal.
Yeah, but I don't really have any takes on it right now. It could be that they got signed by some guy and then they were like, why don't we just turn your YouTube channel into the record label channel? Because you already have all these things and it's a new...
Mm-hmm.
That's my take.
And if it was any other band, I'd be like, whoa, that was kind of weird. A little risky there.
A little risky.
Yeah, but I don't know. Let's get Chip in here, see what Chip has to say. I know Chip likes Mamireta.
Got his fingers on the pulse.
Hey Chip, you're on the air with VKH Live. Can you hear us?
Yo.
Hello, there you are. What's up, man?
What's up, my guy?
Nothing much. Just enjoying this Saturday night.
Yeah. All right. Do you have any thoughts on anything we've said, but any thoughts on Mamireta or anything like that?
Nothing. Just mostly also interesting about the label taking over their channel. Makes you wonder what's going on behind the scenes for them.
Honestly, probably just using them for the numbers.
Yeah, they were always part of Punch Records, so.
Yeah. Oh, they were?
Yeah, ever since their first singles, they've been on Punch Records.
Is it not their personal label?
I don't think so. I think Punch Records is a subset of Forum.
Now, see, that's really interesting because Forum, it's okay. So because Forum has an official YouTube channel. That YouTube channel used to be Mejibre Official before they went on hiatus.
I heard.
So this is a trend. This is a pattern.
So
it runs in the
Punch
family.
is a sub-label.
Yeah, Punch is a sub-label of Forum, as far as I
That means that Punch. That means that Punch Records' taste set, like they're set for the kind of bands that they're trying to get, are Mami Reta.
Well, they've already confirmed 2 other bands, and they don't give me any Mami Reta vibes, but we'll see what happens. One of the bands is supposed to sound dark and depressing metal, and the other band looks like, I don't know, some gothic, melodic, visual K classicness.
Maybe it's their indie label.
Is this gonna be like? Is this gonna be like a dank Starwave Records? Is that what this is?
Starwave.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be pretty good. Yeah. Okay. So one of the new bands is Third, IIIRD. It looks like.
Yeah, it's a weird ass title for it, but it probably just means third.
Oh,
And
okay. Literally
other
depressive, passionate depressive metal. I see.
Yeah, I'll post in the Hangout text channel the other band that's signed to Punch at the moment.
Okay.
I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm not going to embarrass myself saying it.
Got you.
I mean, that
I like their look a lot.
that really is one of the draws of, I guess, like, of Mami Reta, that for me personally, like I've always said, like one of the draws is like, they give me that underground, dark underground, metal vibe that, I always loved Aoi for. So
Yeah.
if they want to do a whole label around that, I will
gladly support all
I
the
will
bands.
support that like no other band I've ever personally supported, like as a personal like mission, not as part of news. I will go to great lengths to support that because that would make me very happy. Okay, let me see what you got here.
Do you think Mami Reta are just going to keep going with what they got already established, or do you think they might be a little bit more experimental and different with the next mini?
I was actually kind of hesitant about like putting them as a MVP until they very clearly started to like, I know they didn't like. I know this isn't their record label now that we're talking about it, obviously, but like they're obviously kicking off a trend of some sorts. If Punch Records is like, all right, this channel, this is our starting point. Like we're moving in based around these guys, and then
No, I think they're using them for their numbers.
Yeah,
think
I
that's why
mean,
they
they got
did
so
it.
much momentum already.
Yeah, they've got like all the things going for them on the internet. They're just like, all right, we're just gonna like push our 2 channels together, and your channel is our channel, and no one is an individual anymore, which is fine because it's better if you have everyone on one thing, because then all the momentum just goes into that one channel from everybody, and then
Helps out the smaller and newer bands. Yeah.
Winona, are you seeing this look? Did it come up on stream?
Which look am I looking at?
On the stream itself, I can send you the link directly.
I'm looking at I'm actually looking at that website right now, so it's all
So
good.
it's Hue.
Shui.
Why? No, I don't know.
It looks like why. It's why.
Why?
It's why. It's how the Southerners pronounce why.
Hueye.
Sure,
Hueye.
I guess.
But they
what
know.
is-
But no. But look. But look at what they did to the EYE. Like they know it's an I. They know what they did. So I'm just like,
I know.
why?
It's
They're
why.
very clever.
Tell me
Yeah.
why. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Ain't nothing but.
But okay, look at this. Look at the vocalist. Look at the other. What look does this remind you of?
The vocalist to me looks like a
Yeah.
Kane, but not the look in general.
The general vibe of this look, if I was gonna be like on average, it's like a big
No.
Mejibre vibe, like old school Mejibre vibe for me.
I get Biosphere vibes from this band, but except for Kururu. Kururu looks like Hisaki.
Oh, that's true.
Funny, I've heard that some Mejibre staff
Exactly.
that were managing the band are now involved in Punch and Mami Reta, so they have some influence on what the bands look like.
Yeah. I mean, they had to. They have to be. You know, just the
Very
connections.
purple band. Oh my god, the single artwork. I'm just gonna crawl past that.
I don't think that's official.
Nothing
I'm
but
pretty sure it's just a
positive
placeholder.
vibes.
Wait, is
Nope,
it
that's
pornographic?
official.
Is it pornographic or what? Why are you scrolling
No.
past it? Oh,
No, it says Yasashiku Kuroshite. That's the name of the single. I'm pretty sure that's the actual.
Oh, you're just
single
cringing
art.
at the artwork.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Can't show nudes on YouTube, so
You can
just
definitely
double-check
show
it.
this, but it's not. the
That
best
can't
read.
be the artwork.
No,
Like,
it is.
This
If
here?
it were a placeholder, it would be like sample or something like that. It would be like coming
Printing
soon.
now. Printing.
all right.
Yeah, now printing, something like that.
Fun Trekker's got to sign some artist or something.
Hire me.
Hire Winona.
Hire me.
I mean-
Guys, email Punch Records my portfolio link.
I'm excited to hear what they sound like
It's
based
nice.
off their look, but Jesus Christ.
They look really cool, and like just that one
They
single.
do.
It's not gonna sell well based on that look, but you know, they look really cool.
Yeah.
This... Anyway, let's
A little bit of a derail there.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. But yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you so much, Chip, for calling in.
Yeah, no problem.
Awesome. All right, I'll move you back out, but we'll talk to you later, my guy.
Later.
taking my words, Jeff. I see.
What, my guy is your words?
My guy.
I
No, I think it's fair to say I say it more often.
Yeah. Guys, tell me you heard Chip on the stream. I just realized I didn't double check that.
Oh, you right?
I've obsessively, yeah. Can you check on your side, like roll back the stream, and just be like, yeah, Chip came through.
Chip came through. You checked?
No, I'm saying.
Oh, they did.
Okay, they
No,
did.
Goulet said they did. Yeah. Goulet
Yay!
said-
Yay! Inaugural call-in complete. Yes.
It works. Now somebody else do it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Now we just got to get really popular. So
Right.
yeah. So we just have a
Somebody else do it.
yeah. Nothing's broken.
Why
It feels
is it
weird.
the
I feel
logo?
I feel suspicious. I'm like, what's the catch here? What's really broken? So
Everything else.
So do we want to say? I guess it's meme bands and dark underground rock bands are predicted
Well,
MVPs.
We knew dark bands were making a comeback. Meme bands, I think those are the underdogs. You know, they're coming up.
Yeah. Yeah. I get. Well.
But Acme's gonna do really well, which is like the opposite of dark underground bands. So I don't know. I think we're gonna see. No, here's what I think. I think we're gonna see a lot more dark underground bands coming out of nowhere like this. But
Mhm.
I think meme bands are gonna actually like progress. They're gonna see all the numbers rising in their favor.
Mm-hmm. I guess it's just
And-
you know how risky these darker bands have been. Maybe they'll be more stable this time then. You know.
No, I'm saying like we're gonna see a lot of these bands come out of nowhere more often because that's gonna be the new trend. But
Oh, they're just gonna form, have their day in the sun,
Yeah.
die fast, and then bounce back even faster.
I don't know about die fast, but I know they're gonna come out of nowhere and we're gonna be like, huh, look at this new band. Oh, also look at this new band. And then however long they last depends on how successful they are in their sound, but they'll all look really cool.
Yeah,
bands
my
like
my
Acme
my
and
problem is
Rush
they
are
don't
gonna do
last.
well.
They last so little. It's like
Yeah.
it makes you wonder how many times can they do the turnaround, like a quick turnaround. Like how many. If they were to last like a year, like
Killineth.
God fucking damn it, killing that. I fucking yeah. So I'm gonna write a list down. I might do something with this later. But so Acme. So predicted MVPs we've got so far.
I think it's pronounced why. I really think it's pronounced why. But
Yeah, so we got Acme, Vivarush, meme bands, dark indie bands. Do we want to say that? Like dark indie bands are going to be an MVP? Dark baby are they baby bands?
no, dark indie bands are going to be the underdogs. They're the honorable mentions.
Okay, I can put them in an honorable mention section. Honorable mentions, or probable MVPs. It's
Honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions. Okay.
Not MVP. I don't know how well they're gonna do.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna see a lot of them.
Yeah.
Like that trend is gonna rise.
Go is reading it as Huey. I hope it's Huey, and then the next band is Dewey, and the next one is Louie. That would be fun.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Yeah, that'd be great.
It's Stewie. That's the band members' names, really. Just.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Stewie.
We already made their alter ego.
Yeah.
No, I think it's why they put eyes in it. If I swear, if we find out they pronounce it a different way, I will be so sad. I'll feel like missed opportunity, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be sad. It'll be a weird. It's weird though. Is the thing. That's what's like. I'm like every time I go to complete a thought, I look up at my screen where I've got this UI looking at me. This logo is looking at me, and I keep getting derailed. So, it's all I can say is it's weird. I need to get this off the screen. Fuck, I need to get this off the screen. It's weirding me out.
It's weirding you out.
Yes, it won't stop looking at me.
Oh my god.
None of the bandmen are looking at me, but the logo is looking at me. What?
Well, the purple haired guy is looking at you.
No, he's looking off to the side. The blonde guy is that.
Shun?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. He is. Kururu is looking at you.
Yeah, that.
And
you're looking at the individual ones, yeah.
No, I'm looking at the band photo. Maju is looking at you, and Kururu is looking at you.
All right. Well, now it's even weirder because it's like the logo is still looking at me. That is still the problem. So, all right. Who should we talk about? Do you have one? Or do you want me to just keep rolling indefinitely?
I didn't get a list.
I sent it to you.
Where?
On Facebook.
I don't see it.
I'm scared to do anything in Discord that I don't have to do since it's live.
It's the CD Japan thing. Got you.
Yeah. Well, that's one of them. You don't have to read it out. Now they don't have to watch the stream. They know my secrets have been spoiled,
I thought it was a doc on Google like we usually do.
I do have a doc on Google. I can share that with you.
That's what I was expecting. Whatever. No, they don't watch the stream for us to read through a list. They watch the stream to get our hot takes and hilarious commentary.
Yeah, or they watch people that are insane enough to skim through. I only sent you 2 of the links, but I'm running through a bajillion different links and picking things based on
Okay, hide.
whatever is easiest to assemble a big picture view of 2019. I tried doing this the other day, so it involves many links from many places. But do you want to talk about Hyde?
Well, I'm confused about Hyde's single releases because he has a single coming out called Mad Qualia, but he had a different single come out with Yoshiki, and I don't know if it was recent or not. Zip Bang is.
Yeah, that just came out.
Yeah. Yep. So when we did the February releases, I was right. He did have a single that was coming out called Zip Bang.
Yes, and I think I mixed it up with
Mad Qualia.
With Mad Qualia, which is coming out next month, with Devil May Cry, the game that it is based on, or being used with, probably based on. I don't know. So yeah, Zipang was the one featuring Yoshiki. There's a PV out. We'll try and get an article up.
Honestly, his look in Zipang looks amazing. His costume.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic.
I think I'll get copy claimed if I even showed that one. So,
yeah, he probably will. He's on Universal.
Oh, are they? Is he?
Hyde is on Universal Music Japan.
Is that part of UMG?
Yes.
Okay. They've been. they've been very sketchy to YouTubers lately. So
I know.
I don't even want to show an image of the
just,
release. Chat, look real quick. Here.
No.
This is what the album cover looks like real quick. It's a pen.
And then we get
yeah, just my internet just gets nuked.
Use the same freaking lettering for a third time.
Oh yeah, he did, didn't he?
Freaking dead.
Yeah.
Fucking stop. Get something new.
Actually, we should be fine because I did the Hyde stream in the fall. I think
Dude,
they were
Hyde
doing
with-
fuckery, but
Hyde with this specific alphabet for his single covers is like Kami Show with Sang. That's how I feel about seeing the same lettering. God.
It's weird because it's like he's a vampire in fantasy and kind of futuristic, but then he's also it's graffiti, so it's like
That's not it. It's weird because this is like the third or fourth time we've seen this exact style.
is this vampire rock star or vampire rap god? Like, what are we doing here, guys?
Vampire rap god. Vampire trap god.
He did have a bit of a trap undertone with Fake Divine. He crushed it so hard with that single, man. And
The third time we're seeing this. Would I rather him use Comic Sans? No, I'd rather him use something else. In general.
Railway, just keep it nice and
No.
even. Nice and even.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
us
hold up,
programmers
hold up.
prefer. Nice
Wait,
and
no.
inoffensive.
Wait, they used Times New Roman on this specific image that you have up. So of course they're using the same thing.
Even I don't do that.
It's so default to use Times. Couldn't even use something like Helvetica Sans Serif to match.
Maybe they just wanted to make it extra.
Cringe. I love Hyde, but I don't love these graphics.
Oh my god. Well, anyway, I think so. We've got Hyde. Hyde's a great
Yeah.
one to talk about because multiple releases coming out, already on a hot streak, multiple U.S. tour dates have been announced. He's going to be. I'm so fucked the week that Hyde and the Gazette come to town. It's the same. He comes to Jacksonville Sunday, and then the Gazette plays in New York on Monday, and I'm like, I'm gonna die on Tuesday. I'm gonna cover it. I'm gonna post it each day. Post my coverage, and then I'll just die. I won't even need to buy a flight back. I'll just die. I'll just be dead afterwards.
I'll just die.
Yeah, because I'll be going from bottom of Florida to top of Florida on Sunday for Hyde in Jacksonville, and then I'm gonna be going. Then the Gazette's, and that's a Sunday, and then literally the next day, Monday, is the Gazette in New York, I believe, and. So I'm gonna have to fly. I don't know, overnight. So I'm like in a good spot. So I'm all set up and ready, like for Gazette. Maybe I don't know. There's gonna be so many moving parts to that whole situation. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull that off. Fuck me. I still haven't thought this through all the way. I've been thinking about this for like the last month, and the game plan terrifies me. All I can do is just make sure I'm in shape. So I guess, my body holds up through whatever craziness I put it through.
I mean, Gazette comes to New York. I can definitely do New York.
Yeah, but it's not like I'm missing that. I'm gonna have to miss it. I'm
Jeff's like, yeah, but I don't have an option. I have to go. I have to be there.
Well, you remember certain artist friends that we have that have certain thoughts on the Gazette. I'm not super into it, and then we find out. Well, wait, you're gonna be at the Gazette concert? Like, why? I thought, why? It's like, oh, it's a rite of passage, man. It's like, everybody, it's the Gazette. It's the Gazette. It's like I talk shit about them and I don't really listen to them, but it's the Gazette, you know? It's like
it's literally any other like if any, it's literally when any big J-rock band comes to town. No, literally.
Yeah, you might as well. Yeah.
No, like some of my friends, some artist friends are like, yeah, like What OK Rock, they aren't too happy with their sound either, but they're still like trying to think about going to Terminal 5. Like
yeah.
Like support no, it's more like support, like supporting the genre of music.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then you end up showing up regardless. So that is what happened last time. So it's like missing.
Yeah,
it's hard to miss that.
Can't miss it. I remember last time they showed up, we were like, we have to go because we don't know if they're ever coming back. So that was my point of view of it.
Yeah. I'm pretty stoked for this Devil May Cry game. As an aside, by the way, guys.
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people I know are excited about it.
It looks like a lot of fun,
especially.
It looks like they finally, the team that still makes Devil May Cry finally figured out what I guess the team that now works on Bayonetta split off from the team that makes Devil May Cry. Hello, fellow gamers. I know what I'm talking about. But I'm a big Bayonetta fan because of the combat and the gory details involved in it, and that's kind of what this is really kind of reminding me of. And it's more like I like Bayonetta for reasons that old Devil May Cry fans like Devil May Cry, and they're kind of dovetailing with each other now at this point. Like one is inspired by another, it's inspired by another, I guess. They're just going to be in a cycle maybe at this point. But as someone who's a big fan of Bayonetta right now, and like just kind of completely ignored the last the DMC, whatever that was that came out, like, but was like super down with Bayonetta. Like I'm really down with Devil May Cry. What I'm seeing, so really down to see Hyde music in it as well. And yeah, so Hyde definitely has a lot going for him already. He already had so much last year, and he basically only had half a year, for like seeing how his solo project would perform.
Basically, I think literally his management was like, well, Vamps is going to go on hiatus, but Hyde, buddy, you still want to keep going, right? And then they just gave him because he's still with Universal.
Okay, Google has informed me that DMC was in fact a dumpster fire, so I'm not completely off base here. I guess I was right to ignore it. Yeah, I agree, Lauren. His singles have been great. Gula called it cringe K, the design stuff.
All the designs that I'm seeing. Oh, nah.
Yeah. No, Hyde doesn't identify as cringe K. He's inspired by 80s glam cringe, okay? Like, get it right. He's not cringe K.
He's not cringe. He's not cringe
80s
at all.
Cringe.
No, he's not cringe. He's not cringe at all. It's just, when there's bad design, there's bad design.
It's okay. We can say it for you. You don't have to say it.
No, I don't know. I like Hyde's music. You don't understand. Don't reshape my words for me to insult the artists that actually got me into this music.
I'm gonna get Winona in trouble.
I'm gonna fucking not even get me in trouble. I'm gonna fucking cry.
Banned. Yeah.
Like, I actually got into J-Rock because I heard Vamps when I was
Winona loves Hyde and Vamps, so, and I agree.
I wouldn't. Okay, wait. I love his music. Yep. Hugely support his career. He's doing great things. I haven't really been disappointed by it yet.
Oh, that was a great tone to end this part on. I need to go grab some more water. Do you mind reading the chat? Because there's a bit in the chat. While I mute myself and go do that real quick.
Somebody said I wished I ignored it. Oh, yeah, okay. What is cringe?
Yeah.
Lauren, we were talking about design stuff like as we went through different bands. I'd point out certain graphics Jeff threw up on the screen and would critique it even though no one asked, and be like, oh man, they use Times New Roman, that's the most default thing to use, or something like that, just because I've been in school too long. And some of these bands definitely have designers that know better, like Hyde. Let's see. Since I have no control over the graphics on the screen and that's all Jeff's computer, I'll put a link in for what I'm talking about. Let's see. Let's see. But while I'm doing that, chat, what are some of your opinions of some bands that you think are going to do really well this year, based on the tours that are coming?
Okay.
We got a really big year ahead of us, and Jeff is back.
Yes. Big year.
I just asked them who they think would do really well this year, because we have a lot of tours ahead of us, and it's already turning into like a chaotic year for us behind the scenes.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be really.
I'm trying to show them one of the things that I was critiquing earlier today. I'm gonna try to show.
Okay, so let's see. Madman's Esprit, Kizu, Dimlim, Razor. Sweet, yeah. Our chat has good taste.
Yeah.
Best chat, best taste. It should be expected at this point, I guess.
Best chat, best taste.
Yeah.
Not biased at all.
Well, no, it's just a matter of facts. You know.
The Grammys are tomorrow. Get hyped.
I guess. Does anyone
It's
really
not
buy the
wrong.
Grammys anymore? Like, believe them? Like.
I think. Well, I'm literally just watching it because my mentor is there. So
Oh, okay.
like from the design aspect, I'd ask some people behind the scenes how they feel about Grammys and their awards, and all the designers were like, yeah, their design, like the people who pick the designs are still pretty believable because it's actual designers picking the packaging, but for the music, like there's some obvious favoritism for certain producers and things like that. But since nobody behind the scenes in the music industry knows about art except for the artists, like, yeah, that's the realest part of the Grammys. And also BTS is presenting an award apparently, and they got nominated for best packaging for one of their albums in the same category as or the sister category.
Wait, sorry, who?
BTS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I'm kind of rooting for Hailstorm. I think they're up for best rock album or best, and it was a good release, good return to form, and I feel like they're one of the only good Western rock bands, like reliably good. You know, I don't know. I feel like if they don't, they've already won a Grammy for The Strange Case of Hailstorm, which was 2 albums ago, but I'd like to see them win it again.
Goulet says LM.C is gonna kill it. Of course.
Yeah, we're yeah.
Russian MUCC. Poidal has got a great year ahead of them too. Yeah, Poidal. I think they're doing great, and I want to see them do more so that I can stop like forgetting about them when we talk about bands. Which is bad. Like that's a really bad way for me to put it, but I don't listen to enough bands for me to keep up with all the bands, and I know that they have like a super fresh take on KRK, but they're missing one thing. I don't know what it is yet. They're just missing something.
Just more music, I think.
Just more music videos.
I used to say Poidal sounded a little too similar to Arlequin and Pentagon, but then I realized that it doesn't matter if they end up just eclipsing those two, which looks like could happen. Because
Harlequin
they are jumping up the Oricon charts for an indie band that's just 4 singles in. Really jumping.
And Harlequin kind of slowed down on their momentum a lot, right?
And so is Pentagon. And
Pentagon
Pentagon's also way off in the weeds doing their own thing now. And Harlequin just can't not do the one thing.
So I think it's fine for Poidal to like take over that sound as long as they don't get lost in the sauce like the other two.
I think this is them. I think this is the version, like the first two were prototypes of that sound. It's funny you bring that up because I've actually tried to vocalize how I feel about that because it is like Kira K 2.0 that Goemon Records is doing. Let's talk about Goemon. Let's talk about Poidal. Poidal might be an MVP realistically, if we're being honest about it. I'll bring them up, but
or a very good honorable mention.
Yeah.
Or most improved. They might get the most improved award.
Well, they've already like they went from.
If they figure out 2019 right, they could get the most improved award at the end of the year. Let's make awards. Let's do actual awards. We totally do this as much as we're talking about it.
I'm kind of doing. We can replace MVP. I think I might write an article out of this. So we can have the honorable mentions, but maybe we need something besides MVPs. Like, I don't know. I was trying to come up with some like
MVPs,
some
best
goofy
most improved
meme,
band,
some goofy meme pseudo.
Best look, best.
Yeah.
Most Prince-like band members.
No, I was just trying to predict which would be the most dank or most
Beashiest
bae or
boys.
most hashtag
Beashiest
rad.
boys.
Beashiest boys.
Beashiest boys. Bishonen. As in Bishonen boys.
Should I change the stream title to predictions for best boys?
Oh my gosh.
BOIAS or BOIZ?
Most likely to be in a host club. Sounding like a yearbook now.
No. That best boys, not host boys. We don't want host boys, okay? I want Poidal to be Vivid 2.0, but I want them to be like Vivid in their prime, not what came after. So don't bring up host boys when we're talking about these Kira K bands. We know what happens. We know what happens when they go into decline.
I struck a chord.
Yes, you did. You really did. You really did. I miss them so much. Anyways. Yeah, so I do think that the sound that they've got is just very explosive. There's stuff on the B-sides that of some of these singles that are how do I even they're just able to be some of the people in some of the people in chat, people in Discord that really like Poidal, they will literally refer to their music as lit in like the Poidal channel, but it's like it's not being ironic or incorrect or cliched. Honestly, it's like I listen to like the electric crazy nature of it and it's like, well, this is kind of technically lit, I think. So it's fire, basically fire. Like it's gonna be like Kira K on fire. I feel like is what this is finally turning into. So, yeah. Winona, are you still there?
Yeah, I muted my mic.
Oh, okay, I see. Some host hair and VK hair seem similar. Yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem.
Because some hosts are VK boys.
Yeah, you know how it's like really easy for a pop punk band to turn into a pop band? It's pretty easy for certain types of Visual K to turn into host club boys. So that's like the kind of, or like, it's like 1 minute, like it's like back in 2009, it's like 1 minute. It's like, oh, my metalcore band, they brought my Western metalcore band. They put some dubstep in there. And then the next moment they switched over and now they're EDM DJs. This is like the visual equivalent of it in Visual K. This was like the original pain point of like Please don't abandon being Visual K just to become a host boy and reach a wider audience. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. And then the biggest, most successful Kira Kira K band in modern times did that and broke all of our hearts. And I'm damaged and I will never recover. And yeah. Does that sound about right, Winona?
Yep.
Yeah. So.
But I think the VK band boys end up like they're either in a host club and then decide to make a VK band, but I think it's really usually the other way around because VK is very visual. So like the more attractive you are, the further you go. You know, you end up being models and things like that, or you're strapped for cash and you joined a host club and have your fans or whatever girls like pay to spend time with you.
Yeah, but yeah, then again, Poidal is kind of like one of the, the newer Oshara and Kira Kira bands like Viv Rush, like a few others where it's
what
like...
a way to transition. Wait, let's clarify that we don't think that this is going to happen to Poidal.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it's like, well, I have Poidal up on screen while we were talking about this, so I just want to relate it back that it's like, I think they're going to dodge this actually because they don't really go for like the trendy, sexy pop star kind of look of Kira Kira K. They're like from the newer school of like flashy, almost chibi kind of, look that they do. Was Delta calls them my boys in Discord. It's like it's a very different reaction that you get out of the fans. I think it's not like I don't know. It's more of a. I think that the temptation to just turn into fashion models is much different for bands like these that are basically like.
Yeah, the fandom is more platonic than.
Than most. It's almost like they're playing a character. It's like the difference between they're hot and being like if the straight dude, the closest thing
versus they're hot.
Yeah. The closest thing I can think of is it's like it would be the difference between me like looking at female. Like artist and being like she's hot compared to being like, oh, she's cute, I want to pick her up and put her in my pocket. It's like it's two different levels there. It's two different things. So Delta's the Poidal soccer mom according to Gula. Yeah,
Poidal soccer mom.
Yes, they are good boys. So high hopes for them, I would say, and based on I guess we gave just a very abstract reasoning for this for them, but I would also say if you look at their Oricon performances, they've only got four singles out, but I can pull it up, I think, if I have it here. No, that's Vivid. Look at all these links, all these research links I have. Oricon, Poidal.
I'll be right back.
Go for it. Okay. Yeah, so first single, Sapphire, a little over a year ago, hit number 63 on Oricon. This is just the general Oricon. So an indie band, even a more popular one is going to kind of rank kind of low. So think of it like top 100. So they are competing against like mainstream bands and stuff for this. But if you want to see like a really high performing indie band and you notice they're like creeping up towards the top 50, that's like a good sign, right? Okay, so second single, Erica, comes out 3 months later. It's it peaks at number 37. Next one, Aqua Blue, comes out in July. Comes at 45, but still stays on for 4 weeks. Lips came out at the beginning of this year, number 17. Stayed on the charts for 4 weeks again. That's a big improvement. All of this is an improvement, but this is
I'm back.
they jumped up. So I'm not saying the next one's going to be, I'm not saying the next one's going to be like in the top 10. I'm just saying like the fact that they already got here. They got here in a year. They cracked the top 20 of Oricon in a year. Like that's as an indie band.
In the Visual K.
Yeah. After being in existence for a year. Yeah.
Good on them. Keep it up. Please don't like get lost in the sauce like the other two.
Yeah, don't get lost in the sauce. Stay based. Stay based, boy. Based K. Stay based K. Yeah.
Based K and lost K.
Yeah. Okay, I have one. I want to consult you though, Winona, because I feel like I'm gonna send you something over chat.
I am the most knowledgeable. No, I'm not.
I think you are on this one. But I'm knowledgeable enough because we both have all right. I'm just gonna. What do you think about? Oh, God damn it!
I actually have no opinion. That would be the most disappointing for the both of us.
What do you think about maybe considering this band based on that release, which is an album based on past singles? Is this one we want to go into? I think we could, because I've seen you post it in Discord.
I don't know enough about this band.
You don't remember posting in Discord like, oh my God, the change in the sound and this and that? Because of
Which for this single, I don't know about this.
No, it's an album. It's an album. It's gonna have a lot of the singles. I'm trying to find the track list.
Okay. I remember I responded to one of their singles from before, but I don't know about the album.
Okay. All right. I will.
How much of an opinion I will have on? We can talk about it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We can talk about this.
Okay. I will bring it up then. Sorry for the tease, everyone. But
I had to determine if I knew enough.
Yeah, and also if I wasn't like, just out of my mind, for going for it, but I think it's a good one to jump over to. Where am I at with my links? Yeah, so I think the next one we want to talk about, it'll at least get a very strong honorable mention, I think. Definitely MVP material. It's Kodomo Dragon. Also, I just realized who the fuck are those guys covered in paint in the background of this artist photo?
Which artist photo?
I've got it up on stream right now.
On stream. I have too many tabs.
It was zoomed in a bit, and it showed up really big.
Wow, they changed.
Yeah,
wow.
Who's this? Who is this?
I
Mysterious
don't know,
new members right here.
I don't know this band.
Right?
I don't. Whose mans is this?
Whose mans is this? Oh, come on. This is Kodomo Dragon. We've known them for years. This is how they are all the time, is changing like this, Right? They've changed quite a bit over the years.
Pretty drastically in the last year. Literally in a year. They've changed so drastically. Look at where they were literally in the music video on their website, and then look at them now. literally in a few months, they were just like, yeah, fuck that. Fuck being cohesive and being mature. We're actually fucking insane.
Well, everyone's like, oh, BP Records, yeah, they're indie bands. It's like, well, it's pretty indie. It's what I'm looking at right here.
Indie for a reason.
This is indie behavior.
Yeah.
But
fuck it, culture. Gotta love it.
Yeah, basically. Trying to grab my track list.
Actually, I should do this. Have more headphones.
So yeah, they've had a variety. So Kodomo Dragon is all. Some of you guys may or may not know this, but at least I and James from the podcast, and I'm sure Winona as well to a degree over the years. A lot of us at VKH have been following Kodomo Dragon since the day they started, and they've just kind of, they've kind of faded. They are the third band on BPR. They are the newest, the youngest of the big three that's been able to stick around.
The only three.
The only three that have been able to stick.
Fourth, didn't they?
They got a fourth band recently, or we thought they did.
Yeah, and that's going to be an interesting one as well. So I could just say BP bands in general, but I'm not sure if it is all of them. So, because Kiryu, I'm a big admirer of Kiryu, but this last batch of singles that they put out didn't really make sense to me until I listened through them in album form, and then it was amazing. But like hearing them individually, as like watching the PVs and everything like that, they kind of lost me last time. So it wasn't. Somehow they pulled it like out of the hat and made a fantastic album out of those singles, like they have always done. So I felt like an idiot for doubting that. But I just remember when they came out, it was like I was like, I don't know how I feel. And Roy's, I really don't know how I feel right now. So, and then the other one's too young to kind of. I'm not gonna put my money down on that. So Kodomo Dragon is very fresh right now. They've put out a series of very interesting singles over the past year and a half. Let me check here. I'll say over the past,
I'd say 12 months.
yeah, 12 months. Oh man, they haven't had a this is actually a while for a BP band. Like, so the album's called Taga. What was it? Tegura Magura. And so that's coming out. Oh, sorry, I lost my place. That's coming out. When is that coming out? Oh, got dead air. Oh no, dead air. March 13th. March 13th. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're just gonna die in March. My God.
We're gonna die every month, Jeff. We know this.
So
we
March 13th, 2019, and then their last full album was Wolfman, which came out November 9th, 2016. So about 2.5 years or so, 2.25 years or so. So, didn't realize they took that long to put out albums. They are a BP band after all. We still one every year at this point, Like, but they've had a lot of singles, a lot of stuff. They had. Let's see what we had here. I remember them by PV and sound, unfortunately, not by. Okay, so they had not by name because still can't read. Let's see. Yeah, so they had this single, which was Kono Sekai wa Owari da. That was a very Kiryu-inspired single, I would say, to a certain degree. Is like if you took Kiryu's frantic take on Angura K, but shifted it to Oshare K and gave it, and then like jacked it up full of like Kodomo Dragon's like bouncy hard rock sound. That's basically that PV. It's very entertaining. I'll just rifle through these since that'll probably be the easiest way, right? Next, there was Dokumushi, which is okay. So I really like this song. This song is very catchy. It was a very catchy PV, very catchy song. Reminded me of like old school Kodomo Dragon, but done in like their with new production values, new, more mature audio stuff. So, yeah, I thought that they knocked that one out of the park. Next up, they had Dirty Dirty, or Dirty X Dirty. That one, they got a little bit more experimental. They got wild again. That was the one they're all in jail cell outfits and locked up in jails, like jail
As
cells.
prisoners are, you know.
Yes. So that one was fun though. It was you know, it was a little bit more experimental. And then they did, God, yeah, they really have crushed it, honestly, at least in terms of the single, like the title tracks, which is, you know, what most of us have access to because their music's kind of hard to come by unless you order physical copies. And our regular viewers order physical copies, but depending on how many people see this, I don't know. We'll see. But it is a very requested pre-order on CD Japan, from what I understand. So next one was No Kawasu, and this one had another like crazy, very striking, vibrant, colorful PV, and was also like a nice mixture of like, it looks Oshare and it sounds Oshare, but it also like hits you with that bouncy hard rock that they kind of quirkily throw in all over the place. It's kind of like one of their trademark things. And then the PV was like nuts, you know. It's like Candyland on acid is the way I would describe it. It's really not an exaggeration. Next up was Toge. I guess we'll do that one. That was the more. And this one I might have missed, so I may have to go back and listen to it. But I liked his look in it, from what I remember. The vocalist look, at least. But then the one that they most recently put out was So-So. And that was one that you kind of were really impressed by, right, Winona?
If I remember it correctly, yeah.
Yeah, it almost had like an emo vibe to it, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are no longer like, they're not riding anybody's coattails, you know, or anything like that.
Now, when you look at their website, it's like, it's this now. I don't know anymore.
Yeah,
like cool. Just
cool.
Me.
Stop scaring me, but cool is Winona's take, you know. So, yeah.
I feel betrayed, but whatever.
You feel betrayed? Oh man, yeah, definitely subverted expectations. You know, I can't say I had a ton of expectations for Kodomo Dragon because, you know, until. You know, they would just get better and better at their core sound, and then they would try other things and it would kind of flop. You know, there was like a period of time where I was like, this is a little bit like Arlequin and it's not really fitting. And that was like years ago. This was before Wolfman came out, the album. And there were other times where it was like they would just do their sound and it was like, and they were just nailing it. I'm like, yeah, this is quirky enough that like nobody else is really going to do this. And, you know, that was good. And then they just occasionally would come out with these singles that like kind of split the difference between that. And we're like, it's a little quirky, you know, and, you know, standard Kodomo Dragon, like iconic Kodomo Dragon sound. But then at the same time, they were being experimental. And when they experiment and they pull it off, it sounds really fresh. And so that's just been them for like the last year and a half. It's been very impressive. So, I'm kind of excited about this album. I've never wanted to listen to a full Kodomo Dragon album, if I'm being honest with you. But I definitely am. Yeah. I think that's my whole spiel. It just kind of all came out at once. Did you have anything else to add, Winona?
I think they've definitely matured. You can see it still, but it's gonna be a wild ride. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I think so. So I think they might come out as MVP material here. So, let's see. I love how they're basically BFFs with Kizu, says Chip in chat. That's funny. That's maybe there's some weird, maybe this is like the weird side effect of hanging around those guys and being Kodomo Dragon. Like, this is their interpretation of that. Like, I don't know. let's be visual and visceral, and then it's like, but I love it though. It's really good. What I've seen so far lately. So, yeah, lots of hype for the album apparently, and appreciation for the singles coming from chat. So, all right. So, who's next? This has become the Visual K, not Visual K / J-Rock MVPs list.
We need J-Rock in there. We need more than just like Hyde repping the J-Rock.
Oh yeah, we did do Hyde, so now we have to do more. Do you have a pick for anything J-Rock related? While I try and decide about Visual K for what's next.
Well, I noticed Chad's talking about Subaru when he was in Peru, and I'm going to make a quick comment on that. He's not in Peru anymore. So that's it. That's all I'm going to say on that.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
It's the
J-Rock
vocalist of Roy's, right?
Yeah, he was in Peru visiting some family because he's half. And he went kind of deep on one of his tweets on like what it was like growing up, looking different, being not fully Japanese in Japan, which is a big deal, you know.
Oof, yeah.
Yeah, like he did some deflection in like 240 characters and 280 characters. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But yeah, so not VK artists going big.
Japan,
right?
we mix genres but not races.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine that being difficult. So.
Yeah. But let's see. All I can think about are like what OK Rock is disappointing me.
I knew,
like,
that's why I was laughing. I knew
like,
you were just gonna get hung up on One OK Rock. Like the world stands still
can't.
until we address that. Like, yeah, well.
I can't avoid it. It hurts so bad. You know, every time I see the Eye of the Storm cover art, I'm like, ugh. But Cool Drain's doing good stuff. I don't know if Crossfaith has anything coming out right now.
They all had a series of singles that came out for various promo purposes. Like Crossfaith had one, Sim had one for wrestling. I covered all of this in December on a stream at once, and it was quite fun. I wish I'd held off on Cold Rain because they came out with a music video like a month later. I didn't expect that. They faked me out.
Yeah, but then it was Revolution, and you were like, gosh. Revelation, like.
Yeah, because I was like, yeah, because every time I see it, I'm thinking, "Welcome to the revolution," and it's "Revelation" is the song I'm thinking of, and that's just confusing. Yeah, it took Rubab
about that.
It took Rubab pointing out the exact same similarity in Discord for me to go, "Wait, that's it. That's the song.
Yeah,
what it was reminding me of."
I mean, then it's like, hopefully we don't see that as a repeat for that band, you know, like they aren't running out of ideas for songs and things like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see, I guess.
We'll find out.
All right, let's do one more, I guess, indie band, and then we will.
I don't know enough J-Rock band.
We will jump into, some of the hotly anticipated VK ones, and then we'll try and circle back if there's any J-Rock ones that we can come up with, if you guys have any to suggest. Feel free to call in, by the way, just as a reminder for anyone who's watching now. We have a link in the description for that. If you want to send us a message, support the show, we have a link in the description for that. It'll show up in the bottom right corner, like somewhere down here.
Yeah, all the big J-Rock bands aren't really doing much. Like Lark and CL's like out of commission forever, you know.
What? What?
Lark and CL, they put out an album. I mean, they've been putting out singles. I don't know if they're going to put out an album anytime soon. You know how hard it is for all of them to get in the studio at once? Or to put out anything? Larkinseal's still active.
I don't
Definitely
know.
still active. I just don't know about expecting an album from them. Maybe we can though. It's been like 7 years since they last put out an album, right?
Yeah, it's I don't have a ton of I guess like a ton of reference for like
Larkinseal.
yeah, it's like what Japanese Maroon 5, right? And then what does that translate to?
Japanese Maroon 5. They aren't Japanese Maroon 5, okay?
What are they?
Oh man.
Japanese light rock? What is Superband? Is that
not Maroon 5 because they don't disappoint at their live shows.
Oof. Ooh, I got that. Yeah, that was a train wreck. That was a train wreck of a halftime show.
Yeah, if anyone saw the halftime show at the Super Bowl, I did not, but I definitely saw those articles.
If you didn't see it, you should definitely go see the like-dislike ratio bar on the YouTube upload before they turn those bad boys off little bitch made people they're gonna be, but they are getting ratioed to shit over not including the full SpongeBob song, I guess, and also because it sucked.
It's like a bunch of stuff that they didn't do that they were rumored to be doing, and then just a lot of things that are unrelated to what we're trying to talk about right now. But basically, Larkinseal is not Maroon 5 because they never actually sold out on their sound. The way they sound right now is how they sounded. And that's kind of what was so unique about them and why they got so popular, because they always sounded super Western in Japan when that wasn't really a thing.
Wait a minute. Are you implying that Maroon 5 sold out? As though are you trying to say that like the original purpose of a 5-piece band, that has instruments ostensibly but now makes electronic music, are you trying to say that was meant to be something else? What?
I'm trying to say they gave the fuck up. Chill. They gave up.
That's
they
crazy.
Just gave up.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're trying to figure out.
I'm sorry. At least Breathe Carolina only had 2 members that they had to figure out what roles they had to play while they. Carolina. Yeah, imagine transitioning from a rock band to a electronic music artist, and Breathe Carolina was good because they had when you're performing live as a DJ and you're just playing the song straight from your iPhone, if you've only got 2 people to worry about, you can have 2 things for them to pantomime doing. But Maroon 5 has a drummer and guitarist and bassist, so they have to pretend like they're playing the bass, and while the iPhone is playing, the little electronic loop that they put together in 2 minutes for their last single, the bassist has to figure out how to pluck and make it sound like he's playing along with the music. He has to sound like he's contributing, and for 5 members, that's got to be very quite the tall task. I'm sorry, we're way in the weeds now.
What I was trying to determine was whether or not we can expect to see an album announcement of some kind from Larkinseal, and it's been about 7 years since. It's literally been 7 years, because Butterfly came out in 2012, and the last time they released an album before that was 2007, so that was 5 years. But before that, they were releasing albums consistently every year or 2 years, but then they really picked up after Kiss came out. Got super duper popular, and just all the band members made solo acts and their schedules got crazy. Kiss came out, Hyde made Vamps, and then their schedules got fucked. That's what happened. Now everyone's got solo acts. It's been 7 years since Butterfly came out. We might be able to see an album announcement. Who knows? They've been putting out some pretty decent. So. But the good thing is they haven't announced anything yet to get our hopes up. So
yeah,
just sit and wonder if we'll ever see an album anytime soon. And then if they announce an album, then sure, they're gonna announce a world tour, and that would be in 2020, the Olympics. I feel like they're gonna release an album before the Olympics happen, so that they have a set list of new stuff to play at the opening ceremony if they're performing, which I have a good feeling about, because they did perform at the National Stadium before
Wait
they
a minute.
remodeled it. So
Oh my god. Well, then does that mean like Hyde's solo work? Like, is he doing all these collabs with people to drum up hype around himself that he can take back to Lark?
No, doubtful.
Ahead of the Olympics happening? You don't think so?
No, I don't think he's trying to drum up hype to take it back to Lark. I think he's trying to drum up hype around himself because his solo project is he revived what was once a dead quote unquote solo project, and he's trying to prove why he brought it back. Like he's doing his own thing again after 12 years of leaving it behind.
Okay.
So it's entirely for his own brand, but it's also if it happens to work out for Lark&CL because his brand is directly tied to Lark&CL, then great. But otherwise, it's not meant for Lark&CL. It's purely meant for his brand in the now, to promote himself right now.
Okay.
I think the furthest Lark&CL is looking ahead is at Tokyo 2020 Olympics, and it's highly possible that they're going to announce something to get them more hyped up for the Olympics, and it's entirely possible that they're the ones that'll do the ceremony. So
Interesting.
yeah,
Very interesting.
Yeah, they're like one of Japan's biggest bands right now, the most marketable one right now.
When was the last time they put out anything, period? Or does it just not matter for them?
They had a single come out recently.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they did. And it was for a video game. I forgot what video game it was, but they had a single come out.
Was it Resident Evil?
I think it was. I can't remember because honestly, their Facebook posts a lot of Lark&CL memories in lieu of their lack of actual activity.
Yeah, it was Resident Evil X, or it's called Biohazard over in Japan.
Yeah, when did that come out again? Yeah, it is called Biohazard. That's what always throws me off.
Yeah, 2016 or 2017 maybe.
Yeah, I think it was a little more recent than that.
No.
They had something else happen.
I know they had a VR PV that came, or music video that came with the limited edition, and it had them all in zombified, like video game form. I can pull it up on the stream. I think I just found it.
All these posts on moments in Lark&CL history, I'm never gonna be able to find any new.
Yeah, yeah. There's so
It's
many like
time.
crossovers with some of these bands that it's like there's so much lore, you know.
I mean, it's good that it's a unique way of using Facebook page though, because it reminds us of all the work they did.
I sent it to you on Messenger, but I'm sure it's gonna show up on stream too. So, but yeah, that was.
I'm trying to see on their website what they've got on. Bassist has something going on.
All right, do we want to put him as an honorable mention or like a full on MVP then?
Someone to watch, someone to keep an eye on, not
a soft bet. Whatever this honorable mentions is going to be, I'm basically like
it's
like
not
soft
honorable
bet.
mentions.
It's like a soft bet.
I think Lark&CL isn't an MVP because they've always been MVP. Like I think Lark&CL is just somebody to watch out for big news from.
Oh, so you think this is a safe bet at this point, just regardless, you know?
Yeah.
The bet is whether or not we get anything from them this year.
Yeah, because the Olympics are next year, right? They've got to start ramping up for that this year.
All right, I'll just put him as a predicted MVP. We can take risks on this show.
I don't know MVP. I think just big news.
Well, whatever. That's what we're calling is predicted MVPs. You know, predicted MVPs. Predicted big moods or high performers, whatever you want to call it.
Hall of Famers.
Hall of Famer. Know. Oh my Favorites. God. Okay, yeah, Hall of Famer. Fine, because MVP wasn't, you know. Okay.
Favorite MVP is like calling attention to somebody new. These guys are like veterans of the scene, tried and true. Good old reliable, you know.
I don't know how many MVP awards did like. What, Kobe Bryant win in the NBA Finals? You know.
Yeah, but he didn't retire.
Yeah, well, neither did they.
Lark&CL
makes sense. The analogy sticks. Okay.
Lark&CL retired without retiring.
All right. Well, Lauren says Maroon 5's ears are so burning right now in response to, yeah. I would like that to be the case. It's kind of you to say, but they are, to paraphrase, what's his name? The vocalist of Kiss, Gene Simmons. To paraphrase Gene Simmons, they are too rich to care. With someone like I think, but yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're talking about the Super Bowl halftime show, in which case, I don't know if they're too rich to care about the entire disdain of the internet, but I don't know. It's a lot of dislikes, you know. So, all right. Well, there's our other J-Rock. It's two Hyde projects, but that's okay. That's fine. That's all we can do. I think that's the best we can do.
Two Hyde projects.
I mean, yeah, it's not
like we're trying to step into non-VK territory, and the furthest we can get is glam rock.
Well, it's kind of hard to find something that I'm like, yeah, it kind of jumps out. I know multiple people have said, Survive said The Prophet, like,
ooh, yeah,
this will be their year.
I like them a lot. Yeah,
I'm listening to them preparing for a Patreon stream.
Crystal Lake is on tour right now. Crystal Lake's been doing really well.
Yeah,
they've been touring with, like August Burns Red and junk. Like they're doing.
Yeah, well, their music is rapidly approaching August Burns Red in terms of how legit you can possibly get in metalcore. Like, I don't know if you heard their last album.
Oh, I have. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
They're getting really.
I still have not processed all of that prog excellence that was in there for me to go in and like talk about it. But they're the perfect opener.
They're
for
doing
August
good.
Burns Red. Yeah.
They're doing. You know what? Yeah, MVPs. Good on them. They're doing great.
Yeah, because they ascended spaces in between all the letters, like ascended. Just like how August Burns Red did a couple of years ago when they won a Grammy for their album.
Now it's just about time for Crystal Lake to win their Grammy. Like,
yeah, it's very impressive. All right, well,
we did it. We got one.
Do we want to say Crystal Lake then? Crystal Lake as well.
Yeah, we can say Crystal Lake. Yeah, I have good feelings because they're touring right now. Like right now, they're doing good things already.
Yeah, they're touring the States, aren't they? They came to
right now.
They came to Jacksonville, right? Wait, Lauren's the Ren is watching. Didn't they? Or Lauren, excuse me, she's Lauren in chat. Didn't you go see him in Jacksonville, Lauren?
Yeah, they're coming to New York.
Yeah. Awesome. Are you gonna see them?
Am I gonna see them? I don't know. I gotta make sure I'm here. I have a spring break trip. All the bands are coming to New York when I'm supposed to be out of town. I'm really, really sad. Like, I might miss Nothing More. Do you know how sad I am, Jeff? You know how sad I am that I might miss Nothing More?
You can't do that.
I can't. I'd rather skip the spring break trip with my team than miss Nothing More. I don't know. I'm let's see who was coming. One OK Rock was coming, and then Crystal Lake was coming in the same week. So I don't know.
Just adding them to the list.
Who? Crystal Lake? Yeah. Who else? Who's touring right now? Let's go on Bands in Town. Good old Bands in Town. That's where I get all my tours.
We got a lot more to go through, so we're gonna bring those up next. So if you want to queue up some of those, because there's gonna be more.
I'm queuing them up.
I'm gonna do one more deep dive VK one.
Okay.
Because I mean
we don't have enough.
Because everything they've done from last year is just got them poised to crush it this year if they want to, and I think they do, and that's Kizu. And you know, Winona, I don't know about you, but it's been what, like a year and a half of us before anybody else, right?
Uh-huh.
You were witness to this. You were there on VKH Breakdown. We said, like, pay attention to this band, like
Which Kizu?
Kizu. We said, like, from
This is
the
it.
second single before Kizuato hit, we said it. Like that's VKH press.
Oshimai came out and we were like, "This is it.
This is
and
it."
then the
I was
second
sold
single
on the first
came out,
one.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then second single came out and Kawazu, and we were like, "Yo." And then Kizuato hit, and we were like, "Yo, they did it. They fucking did it. This is it. They did it."
Yeah. So, and we were like,
You're right.
You know, we were like, get at this band. Do not let this one disband, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, because they're too good to let disband. They have the creativity lyrically, visually, and audio, like in sound, everything. The production, it's all there.
Yeah. Winona has a great PV dissection / review of Kizuato. I've never seen a band make you write like that before, fam. You got into it. It's really good.
I couldn't stop watching that music video. You don't understand. I literally kept hitting replay. I was like, there's so many pieces in that music video.
Yeah.
So if you see a lot of imagery and you don't know what it is, go ahead and read my PV review.
Yeah.
Basically me just listing out all the little bits and parts of the story.
Yeah. So that last single they put out, Zero, really kind of, that won them a lot of respect on the internet. Like that won them a lot of respect from like people who had checked out of Visual K, I think.
People finally got back on Kizu. People finally picked up Kizu and they're not putting them down.
I mean, I'm seeing people in the comments and on posts and people I talk to that are like, I haven't like had a band make me feel that. I figured out what it is, okay? It's when you look at Kizu's song, listen to their song and watch their PVs, it feels like psychedelic, psychedelic violence, crime of visual shock. It feels like that, which is the, let me make sure I'm saying it right.
Is that what X Japan was all about back in the day?
It's where Visual K, the name
That's
comes
what
from.
X Japan was all about back in the day.
Exactly.
They're the new X Japan.
That's kind of what. Well, I don't want to. Let's not jump. I don't want to put that pressure on them. That's why, for the most part, up until now, obviously, and I'm running my mouth now, but like up until now, I've been kind of restrained. Like, just let's see how the next one goes. Let's see how the next one goes, because it's like the odds of that happening. I don't even want to calculate them for fear of how low they are, just based on the odds of like X Japan happening. X Japan started this whole thing, but yeah, their slogan was psychedelic violence, crime of visual shock, and that eventually became Visual K, the Visual K scene. And so that is what this band does, and they're, so it's very, it does have this very like, it's something new, but it reminds you of something old, because it's a very kind of, it's an old, sorrowful, elegant, emotional kind of feeling you get, I guess. But yeah, that is really what they're doing, and I think it's awesome. So they have a new single, and they're obviously taking their music very seriously. I know at some point we were speculating like, well, I hope this isn't just like a concept project that gets dropped eventually, and it's like I don't know any concept project, any temporary concept project that gets taken this seriously by their own members.
Yeah, it was because of how they went about making their music, because they went through the whole process of talking to fans, getting stories from them, and then making music based on those stories. We still don't know if this is a concept project or not, because there's only been 5 singles. Like, it's just very, very strong music right now, so we're hoping that it keeps lasting, but we don't know how long it's going to last.
Basically we're not sure if there's an end date, a scheduled end date for Kizu.
Like there are some concept bands have end dates. Like Adams originally had the end date of like 10 years. Like they were like, when we reach a decade, that's when it's over and stuff like that.
Yeah. but I mean, if you've seen any I think any clips of their shows, like I did not realize how quickly their audience had accelerated until recently, like their audience size. And I'm so happy about that because it's like, you know, it is, they are blowing up, and I'm like, oh my God, it's like, it is something genuinely that it's like, oh my God, it's a Visual K band. Like how many great indie bands have there been that it's just been like, this sucks, they're not gaining any traction, they disbanded. Like the ones that hit like how Kizu hits, you know, they did it in their own way. But I mean, like, do you remember like the Third Birthday, you know, like from back in the day? Remember that shit, Winona? Like,
yeah,
you know,
oh my God, I loved the Third Birthday.
Yeah, that was probably one of the last bands we stand this hard. You know,
God, yeah, because the Third Birthday was like, they were straight up about where their inspirations came from. They were like, yeah, we got a lot of our inspiration from Duran Gray, but they weren't even on YouTube. YouTube wasn't the thing yet. They were on like Nico Nico Doga.
And they were on
you guys remember Nico Nico Doga? Like,
yeah, and they were on a whole other level too, in terms of like, they didn't sound like Duran Gray, but they were inspired by them. And it was magical music, man. It's so beautiful. It's so sad.
Yeah,
like,
we've been watching like L come back and like come in and out of the scene with different bands, and he was in Balalaika, and now he's in what's the name of that other that band that we found the other day? I remember I pointed it out before. I found it before. I don't remember what it.
I think by the time I realized, you know, who was in Balalaika, they had already disbanded. Like that's what's, you know. Then there was.
I told you it was L. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, and like other bands too, like Ligro. You know, I was.
Yeah, Ligro, and then there's still, you know, Killineth. That was another band.
Killineth, Signal back in the day. You remember Signal?
Signal. There's like a lot of bands who.
There's a ton of
super strong.
There's a ton of dark, visceral underground bands. Even Aoi, who had like a successful indie career, they're gone now. Like
yeah, Aoi.
Yeah, it's been so hard to find one that it's like, oh, this band, they deserve to blow
Meme.
up.
That was the name of the band. It was Meme.
Meme.
Yeah, I remember. That's why we were so surprised.
Oh, one of the
called Meme.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The name of L's new band.
I'll have to look that up. I know we've talked about it a couple times on here, but to finally have one that seems to be getting both, you know, local attention in their scene and then also international attention for being so young, like, yeah, this is the year. If they punch it, if they crush it with this new single they've got, it's called Heisei. It's coming out on March 9th, and they keep putting out the singles. And maybe we see an album. Either way, like, if they just keep it going and keep on this track, like, there's some, you know, and we know there's I won't get into all the details about them, but there are many reasons for us to suspect that this is going to be a great success of a band and make some, you know, even more amazing music and, you know, really brighten up a lot of people's days.
I put memes. I put a video from Meme in chat. If anyone wants to look at it.
Yeah. Go check out the Third Birthday if you haven't.
I think it's supposed to be Meme.
Meme. Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be Meme because Me is I, and then on YouTube they put Meme, like two eyes. Like eyes, like you're like awakening, like woke. So
woke memes. Yeah.
Yeah, not woke memes. Like awakened. Like you opened your eyes, like seeing. So it's like seeing into a different world, but they didn't think it through.
Did the Third Birthday have a YouTube channel?
I don't think. No, they didn't. The Third Birthday never had a YouTube channel. They had a Nico Nico Doga. Yeah. I can try and find it, but they had Nico Nico Doga, and that was where I found.
Yeah, if you guys can find the song,
I can try.
Biran no Suki by the Third Birthday. I'll just give it to.
Biran no.
Yeah, that's kind of like the last time I felt the way a band like Kizu's made me feel.
Biran no Suki. Yeah, I don't think they had.
Yeah. Well, if anyone wants to, you know, I don't know, find an old copy of a CD up somewhere. I don't know how you would get
If
it.
someone who's not with us want to put up a link.
Yeah, it's going in the chat right now. So, and the chat scrolls alongside the recording for anyone seeing this in the future. I know I set up this stream like a little while back.
They were such a good band. All made great bands, but man, sad. I think the real problem with the Third Birthday was like they called themselves Third Birthday, which is a video game. So they're super hard to find.
Lauren says, no, I'm not even near Jacksonville. Okay, I'm getting you mixed up with another Lauren on another site then. Sorry.
Nice.
My bad.
Nice job.
My bad. I'm a goof.
Did good things.
Well, look. You can get me up with. You can feel free to get me mixed up with any Jeff you want. You know, you get.
I don't know that many Jeffs.
Well, yeah, it's because we're pretty elite people, you know.
You're pretty elite.
Yeah, yeah. So.
All right, cool. Okay. All right. I guess. You don't know that many Winonas now, do you? I'm more elite now.
We're pretty elite people. I think we're both pretty elite people, you know. Yeah, exactly. I bet if all the Jeffs and all the Winonas formed like one group of people, it would be like that would be a cool country to make.
You'd have a lot of Native Americans, a white chick, and then a lot of different colored Jeffs.
Yeah. See, there'd be. Do you think it'd be a lot of? Do you think I'd be bringing the multi-culti side of it?
I really do. I really do.
Okay. All right.
Because the most famous Winona out there is she white. You know, the other Winona's Native American because it's a Native American name. It's not. It's not the most. It's not a popular name at all. You're either going to get a lot of old women. Old Native American women or middle-aged white woman and if we limit this to first names there's going to be way fewer. I know there are plenty of people who have Winona as a middle name, but like if you limit it to first names, way fewer people.
Yeah, so we would need to do that. We would need to, but we would also need to limit spelling. Spelling needs to be limited to the correct spelling.
Correct spelling. Yes, yes, I agree.
So that kicks out a lot of Geoffs. I feel like there's a lot of discount Jeffs, a lot of discount Jeffs out there that are, they're
kicks out all the Winonas.
All the Winonas. Yeah, get those fakers out of there. Yeah.
Plebs.
All the plebs.
Filthy casuals.
But since I go by Jeff, it could be JEFFREY or ERY. I would have to allow that concession. There's still plenty of room for. There's plenty of room for a variety of Jeffreys and Jefferys. But no Jeff furries. There's no furries named Jeff that are allowed in my Jeff No State.
Jeff No State.
I'm sorry.
The Winona State.
The Winno Nation.
State.
The Winno Nation in the Jeff No State. That's not good. That's bad. This is dumb. Oh my god.
That's my Twitter handle now. Winno Nation.
I can't say Jeff No State. That'll be that's a bad look. I shouldn't have said that.
Winno nationality.
Yeah, well there you go. Yeah.
Winno nationality. Winno Nation. Winno nationality.
Yeah, I'm a Winno nationalist. I believe in Winno nationalism, which means I only vote for people named Winona.
No, that just means you have no nationality.
Oh, but you win.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I ain't got no nationality as far as I'm concerned. I have what's it called? I'm not from anywhere. I get a lot of people asking me where I'm from. I'm not from anywhere. From here. My ancestors are from here. Sometimes. Anyway, away from our found
Yeah. We completely
reminisced
derailed there.
we were reminiscing birthday while we were talking about Kizu. and how good they are, and all
Yeah.
all bands that they remind us of who no longer exist. And I was showing you Meme. I put Meme in the chat. I don't know if any
Yeah.
saw.
Let me grab.
Yeah.
I can grab it and put it up on screen.
I'm gonna call them Meme until somebody comes. Actually,
Mimi.
Meme.
Meme.
Meme as in eyes. Meme.
Not to be confused with Mami Doretta as Nene.
Nah, no, no. Nah, not me.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. I'll put it up for a second. So
Can't put it up here knowing that they are not gonna, because they can't
that they're not gonna what?
claim copyright on this video. They can't.
No. Well, anyone can do whatever they want. It's just it's not like YouTube. It's not like YouTube follows U.S. law at all, which is
You're
stupid.
right. It's interesting though. Their video is really interesting, even though, like, I know in all L, because this is L's solo project essentially. He's got support members, but it's really just him. You can
Interesting.
tell because there's a lot of stuff that doesn't quite work out as well.
Is this like the Illuminati of memes? Like
Mice. It's of mice and men. No, I'm kidding.
Interesting.
I don't know.
I'm just seeing a lot of symbolism, but it looks slightly dankified. So it's like
I know, right? Because
like-
it's just L. It's just L. This is all L.
Yeah.
It's all his own money into this. He doesn't have anyone else but himself. I guess he got tired of like his bands disbanding because of lack of people. Because when the Third Birthday disbanded, it was just him and one other band, and then Balalaika ended up disbanding a lot of.
Okay. You're cutting in and out of it, by the way. Like, yeah, towards the end, like when you're almost done with your sentence, the last few words get cut off, I think.
I don't know what to do about that. I think it's Discord. I have no idea. This has been a problem before.
Yeah, I'll have to hop on. We can kind of, I think if you turn down the slide the sensitivity bar of your voice in your voice settings to the left, so that it's like a lower threshold.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't know.
just be further away from my microphone.
No, it cuts out when it like thinks you're done talking, which means the sensitivity's too it's not sensitive enough. Yeah. So if you slide it to the left, it makes it even more sensitive. Is what I meant to say. Sorry.
Because my tone of voice.
Yes, you cut off right after. Because my tone of voice, and then yeah, nothing. Then you died.
No, my computer just did something wild. I don't.
Okay. Fucking Discord.
Yeah, my whole computer just freaked out. Whoa. Maybe it's my computer.
Yeah.
I gotta get this. I'll get it.
Statistically, it's Discord. Everybody I've watched who uses Discord and does streams has problems with it, unfortunately. Apparently over time, too. Like if,
Okay.
but that's a
Better?
I think so.
Let's find out as we go.
There's a bit more background noise, but you're not getting cut off now, which is I would rather have that. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yay! All right. So let's talk about the bands that are coming to town then. Do we want to start with, or I guess these are just bands that are coming to town, I think. So do we want to start with the one that's the furthest out, so we're therefore the least uncertain, or the least certain about, but honestly not really that uncertain, which is LM.C. Let's talk about LM.C.
It's LM.C and also Moi Même Muerte, which is Mana. So yeah. Speaking of Mana, wonder what Moi is doing. Yeah, okay. LM.C.
Yeah, I'm not willing to make any bets on any predictions related to when they're putting a new album out. Good grief.
I mean, they're still recovering from when their bassist passed away. So, their guitarist K passed away.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to rush them, but I know they made a lot of new music already. So just a quick reminder about them. LMC. You looked up Lovely Makoko Chan.
Yeah, I spelled it wrong. I spelled it wrong. Sorry.
It's Lovely Makoko Chan.
I said Moon Chang. Yeah.
LovelyMakokoChan.com.
It's the whitest interpretation of that.
It's literally LovelyMakokoChan.com.
Shush. 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 Don't worry about it.
You should know this.
Don't worry about it.
Jeff's a fake fan.
Are there LMC fans making fun of me in the chat? Or did
LMC
they all go to
fans,
sleep?
what do you call yourselves? We were trying to figure this out forever. Was it like LMCers that we decided on, or the happy? No, I was trying to decide this with somebody else. I never knew what LMC fans called themselves.
I thought they just called themselves the Great 88 and spelled great with another 8.
88ers.
88ers. Yeah.
Wow.
88ers.
That works.
88 Risings?
My future place of work.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Man, it would be cool if I could find my chat again, so I could read my chat. I need to stop closing
at the same time my computer freaked out.
No, I'm just still getting used to this new setup I have. I gave myself another window, but I'm also using a new browser.
Wonderholics.
God, that's right. Wow. Yeah. Okay.
We both forgot. Oh my god. I have to hold on. I gotta tell my friend now because we really got into a really, really deep debate about it. We were like, what do you even call them?
What do you call them? Yeah. Wait. What is your name? What shall we call you by?
Yeah, man.
What do you call them? Oh, sorry. Ignore that loop in the background. Wait. Ignore that playing in the background. Sorry.
Ignore that playing in the background.
Yeah, and chat's gonna hear. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Nothing's wrong. Okay. So, latest events that I have on LMC. They have announced the release of, and I don't think, and this is fresh from the Wonderholics themselves. I saw it in Discord, and I was very happy about that news. Door is the next PV by them. This is their latest look right here on screen.
Door is a banger.
And Door is my absolute favorite song on that fucking album. I love it so much.
Door's a fucking banger.
It is. Oh, it's so good. It really did. I mean, it's my favorite song, but I will pick the song if I'm showing a Japanese artist to someone who's not into it. Like,
you're gonna pick Door.
I'm gonna pick the one that I think is gonna get them into it the most. And it turns out that's usually Door. So.
Door's the next PV. I'm down for it. I'm really digging Maya's hat right now. That wide brim witchy vibe. Killing it.
Yeah, I know. They were. It was very precious. I think the Heresy fans, the Gazette fans, they were very polite when I posted in the channel. I was like, all right, any six guns, be nice. Let them have a dark look. Let them have a dark look. Don't make the comparison. Just it's fine. It's allowed.
The rainbow has gone for a moment.
Yeah, but they know how this. They know how this goes. They know how that goes. They know how that goes. Yeah. They're not, if the majority of Gazette fans were possessive about every look the Gazette ever did, like the Gazette would have no goodwill towards them. Like everyone feel like. But yeah, Maya's hat has the MY on it from the Punky
Maya,
Hard Days.
As in Maya, MY.
Yeah. And see, I thought this might be a what's it, haunted? What's the other track? The creepy one, the spooky one, haunted. It's not haunted, is it?
It's hotel. It's hotel something.
Something.
The hotel.
Hollow Hotel.
Hollow Hotel.
Which does
Haunted Hotel. Haunted Hotel. Is that what she? That's what Goulet said. He said hollow.
I think it's hollow, but I don't want to clash
We
with
know
Gula
VK.
because Gula knows LM.C, so I'm just running to Apple Music real quick.
I'm
So I don't get roasted by someone watching this in the future. The internet is so much fun.
It's Hollow Hotel.
Okay. Hollow Hotel. Oh, I confused Gula. My apologies.
Jeff's confusing me. Fuck Jeff, that's what Goulet said. Shame. For shame, Jeff. How dare.
Oh, chat BTFO'd by my own chat. By this hat, by Maya's hat, BTFO.
By Maya's hat.
Yeah. So the PV preview, I'm not going to show it. I definitely can't show it because we do have an incident where I just showed the PV on mute from LM.C and it got copyright claimed and blocked, so I can't do that.
Wow.
And so, remember when I said earlier that it's not like YouTube follows U.S. law? Well, U.S. law,
Come on, LM.C. I thought we were.
you can do that in the public space in U.S. law and not break it. So
I thought we were cool.
it's not LM.C.
I know.
You know how this goes.
Well,
If anything, it's probably not even the label. They probably just clicked a bunch of check boxes, and YouTube was like, "Okay, you gave me permission to just nuke a bunch of people, a bunch of uploaders."
Thanks for the nuclear bomb.
Yeah. Japan seems to have the default of wait, I can just ban everything all at once. Well, all right, I'll try that. Yeah. So. But yeah, go check it out. It's on their Twitter. It'll probably be on their label's YouTube channel, which is well, it's LM.C official, but I think their newer PVs now come out on a different one. Don't tell me in chat. Don't tell me in chat. I can figure this out myself. I'm a big boy. I can figure
That's the big boy.
Big boy. What was the last PV called? God damn it. Chain Dreamers. Okay. I told you guys I'm in a lot of pain and discomfort tonight. Be nice to me. Victor Entertainment. It'll probably be on their YouTube channel. So go check out Victor Entertainment. Subscribe to them for that update. Otherwise, the clip, the preview clip, it's a short preview clip. The PV looks lit. It looks cool. It matches the sound very well. It is on their Twitter, I believe. But the main thing I wanted to talk about, now that we at least have that, is, because we hadn't had a ton of updates from LM.C yet. That was why there's been a hold off on an LM.C stream, is because we're waiting for more kind of updates. So now there's enough for a segment. But we can do, when we get even more, we'll do an LM.C stream for sure. But be nice to me, says Jeff, as I stare at the screen semi-judgingly. Well, I didn't know that until you revealed it. So now it's bad. Now I'm just, now I'm ashamed and I'm embarrassed. I'm just gonna go away. But yeah, so first of all, I already was under the impression that LM.C is probably going to take, just because of the kind of band that they are and the kind of people that Maya and IG are, as in experienced musicians and savvy business people, it seems like they are going to probably take as much advantage of this visit to the States this time around as any band possibly could. I think they're gonna get a lot out of this. In other words, I think they're gonna pull this off really well. I don't think anyone's really in doubt about that. So it's not exactly a hot take, but this PV coming out, it's coming out ahead of time, plenty ahead of time for it to get a lot of traction online if they were to even put up a PV preview. It's really good timing. It's more good news. It's more confirming what we already knew, I guess, but it's more good timing. It's spooky themed, which is perfect for their Halloween week debut in the States. Like, that's like, this is great. This is lining up great in terms of AWA 2019. Like that's awesome. Like, the new PV it's kind of spooky, a little darker. If we get one for Hollow Hotel leading into Halloween, like right before they come over, perfect. I would be so impressed. I'll be so impressed.
I would love if that happened,
Yeah.
and then the fans cosplayed Hollow Hotel. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
That'd be so cute.
Yeah. It's going to be a good time. AWA is going to be great. So yeah, for obvious reasons, definitely one of the predicted MVPs of the year.
Yeah.
You know, and this is why I said, I was like, look, we're going to be talking about certain significant releases from 2018 in 2019, and it's, you know, it ended up being that way because LM.C released that. Now they're touring here. That release is available. You know, their latest album is available for easy access by Westerners, and they're continuing to put out PVs for it. Yeah, this is going to be. It's cool to see bands starting to bring in overseas tours because it's almost like it's turning it into a release into like a 2-year event or like a year-long event or a year-and-a-half long event, especially for overseas people. Like, because then you see what they're doing in Japan, you see the PVs as they roll out, you see a DVD that gets announced or something, and then if you're lucky, you get a US debut announced, or a US tour, or a US visit announced, or a, you know, visit in your country, that kind of a thing. So, and LM.C is definitely one of those bands, and I think wrapping that up, there is one other band that's like that. Confirmed, you know, I feel confident putting on a predicted MVP list, but for fairly different reasons, and that's the Gazette. So,
yes,
yeah. So let me get this thought out there while I've got it in my head because I've had it all night. Here's the thing: the reason I think the Gazette is going to be a predicted MVP. So we have had, if you watched our last live stream, we had concerns about, and as did the fans, about this upcoming live tour, the 9th, because of just how the promotion was done in the past and how it's being done now. You know, because that's a very big band, but, you know, being a big band with large management in Japan, a lot of times that does translate over to let's call it less than savvy execution of overseas promotion. How's that? You know, anyone who went to AWA last year and saw like what people like Rhubarb at Fake Star, how they promoted their artists compared to other artists that were there that were arguably larger. You know, you might kind of see what I'm talking about. You might have noticed a big hype around the smaller artists. You know, like that kind of a thing. That's what's going on with the Gazette, long and short of it being really reductive. I still am putting them personally on this list because even if things go off the rails, I think the Gazette is at the point based on how they've performed both in Japan for years and now internationally for the last couple of albums, and especially with 9th. Based how they're performing overall, I think they're just, worst case scenario for the Gazette is that they're going to fail upwards. So, you know, they could explode in 2019, or their management or whoever they work with for promotion could totally shoot themselves in the foot, and it will still benefit them to the point where I would still put it on an MVP list, because at the end of the day, you get this band on stage anywhere, and we've seen it in person, they will blow your mind. And as long as that keeps happening, I think they've hit that critical mass where, you know, you couldn't make them fail if you tried. It's just a matter of when, not if. I've kind of had that opinion for a while now. So, yeah, that's I don't know. That's my take. I'll butt out since I was monologuing for a bit, and this is a big, obviously a big topic. So do you have a take? Do you have a case for or against, listing them as a 2019 MVP, Winona? Do you think they're gonna, any thoughts to add? Are you on the fence still, or keeping your cards tight for the future?
I'm on the fence because this tour is the biggest thing they're gonna do this year, and it's already hitting a lot of speed bumps. Like it's off to not such a great start, and it's gonna be really on the fans to help them promote themselves and the press to really get involved in what they're doing to help them get around if management will let them get close enough. So yeah, if they can turn it around, this tour promotion by March, yeah, I'd put them on the predicted MVP.
Okay. Yeah. See, yeah, we'll see. I don't want to say too much on it because, there's going to be more streams about this in the near future.
It's an ongoing conversation.
Yeah. So, and I'll have stuff up about that shortly. But let me see what chat's saying. Lauren Evans says, "I can't wait to see them. I'm ready for my mind to be blown." And then Gula, in reference to LM.C, said, "Halloween LM.C party. It's a dream come true." Yeah. Yeah. So those are going to be two really cool ones, I think. Okay, so there's more that I could go into, but honestly, anything else? All right. Well, I'm on the fence about most of these artists. We're at. We only have one honorable mention, so I'm just gonna kind of leave it alone, I think. But so we have, for predicted MVPs, we have Acme, Vivarush, meme bands. So you could say, I don't know, Mamireta / meme bands, Hyde, Poi Doll, Kodomo Dragon, Kizu, Larkin CL, Crystal Lake, LM.C, the Gazette. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have one more for a nice even 12, if we want to do that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
I'm pretty confident. It's not like I was going to hold it off. Honestly, I was going to make up an excuse one way or another.
Or we try to make it top 10.
Oh, and eliminate one?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
Remove one to honorable mentions.
We don't have enough honorable mentions for honorable mentions. We're nixing honorable mentions. We have to destroy it. Here's my 12th one. Because top 10s are dumb, but listicles are cool. So we're going to do a 12.
Okay.
Right? That's internet logic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Top 12 bands to watch in 2019.
Yeah, something like that. Or I was just going to do 12 bands. Like, so there can be more, but like these are the ones on our minds in February. We can do another one in July or something. Pick half and half. I don't know. But the band I was going to bring up was MUCC.
Ooh, yeah.
For the last spot. And I saw the suggestion for Deviloof in chat, and I'm almost there. I almost don't want to bet against Deviloof. It's not enough. I'm judging these personally. I'm picking predicted MVPs as if I was going to put money down on it. I don't have money to put down at the moment, but that's beside the point. But Deviloof, I almost don't know, just because it's so deathcore oriented, and as much as I know about Deviloof and their music, I don't know enough about how well deathcore bands rise and fall to want to like back that up. So I might I'm on the fence for sure. I think they're gonna do well, but in terms of money on the table, these are the ones I'm like, money on the table. Why not? Money on the table, kind of stuff, right? So the last one in that sense is MUCC. And we've talked about MUCC a bit. I think this one working out hinges on them making this new album that they have coming out available on streaming services internationally ASAP. I think that will really, if they're able to do that, this is the chance, right? Like, this is the chance. Yeah. This would be the biggest chance for them to make a splash internationally since they whiffed it with The End of the World, which is like my favorite album by them so far. One of the most impressive albums they've done, impressive to a Westerner. It's like the main one that's the most difficult to find by them. Like, it's not on streaming services. It's like, it's hard to find. That's the one that Ender's from, for those of you who, need some context, but, so in terms of making it available internationally, like, MUCC's an amazing band, guys. If you haven't checked them out, you should definitely check them out. Only sometimes is their music always available internationally. So, it's kind of a given, especially after hearing the preview, that this upcoming album that they've got, which it's a long Japanese word that has, title that has the word piano in it. So I'm just going to say that.
Wait, I just saw it. I know how to pronounce the album.
Oh, yeah. Okay, do it.
Read it.
Yeah, I'm sparing myself the embarrassment.
No, hold on. I got to find it. I know it was on CD somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Koareta Piano to Living Dead.
Oh, okay, yeah. That one.
Broken Piano and the Living Dead.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think this is going to be one of my albums of the year already. Like I said last time we brought this up, it does seem to be following this new format that we're seeing from major Visual K bands like LM.C and the GazettE of it's short, but it's dense and packed with like really like, innovative sounds and, mature levels of experimentation. I'm just obsessed with that kind of an archetype, like the GazettE did it, LM.C did it, like, and they both nailed it so well last year. And now it seems like MUCC's doing it, and it's going to be great. The question is it going to do well overseas? As in, like, are they going to give themselves the chance, or are they going to be given the chance? I guess by Sony. Is that who they're with? Still?
They're the GazettE. They're
no MUCC.
MUCC. I don't know. I don't know who they're with.
Okay.
Let's find out.
So I know they put out some of their stuff through Ganshin these days, so may make it irrelevant. Yeah. But usually that means it's going to be more available, right?
Yeah. It'll be maybe on iTunes, but we also know that they recently left like Time. They left a certain label, I think, right? Because that had a lot of restriction on what we could and couldn't see. Hold on, let me go back on CDJ. Where was it? Where was it all? Where it is?
Let me grab. Let me see if they're still with Ganshin. See if I can find that. Oh, that was another aspect of Ganshin was, or another thing to point out with Kizu is they also joined Ganshin in November.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah. I guess
maybe with Danger Crew.
No, well, they started with Danger Crew.
says Sony, but then it says Universal.
Let me see if I can find.
It says Spine Farm.
Yeah. Well, they still have Danger Crew on their website. I see what you mean.
Yeah. Because, like, they were label mates with Garugamesh, and Garugamesh was with Danger Crew.
Yeah, it's just hard. It's just, I don't know. I know they put out the
Danger
Ender
Crew.
PV through Ganshin's YouTube channel,
Yeah,
so I didn't know what that was all
Danger
about.
Crew. No, they're just using Ganshin for distribution. That's all that Ganshin is.
Okay. Also,
Danger Crew is their label, and Danger Crew is a subsidiary to Maverick, I think. So
it looks like, did Ganshin like surrender their original hosting URL? I'm finding it used to be Ganshin.com.
Ganshin changed a lot, dude. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing.
Well, their new URL appears to be ganshinrecords.wixsite.com, which kind of reads like, oops, wait, hold on, /Ganshin /Ganshin. Can I just do that? Yeah. I don't know if I'm supposed to be here. Am I supposed to be here?
That's how it always feels.
Let me shut off.
Ganshin. I think it's ganshin-records.de.
I don't know if this is messing up because of, is this an Opera thing or is this I'm using the browser Opera when I stream.
Yeah, it's ganshin-records.de, and then you're gonna get redirected to a Wix site.
Yeah, it's the same one then.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Are the buttons all messed up on the left and the right for you?
Yep.
Yes,
they are.
Okay. But they have a lot of posts.
Yeah, they've been active. Like, whoever's running Ganshin now has been super active in making sure that, like, they're on social media and everything like that, which is nice, but I don't know.
What's this button? Free website tools? Is this an ad at the bottom?
It's Wix, I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's Wix. So this would be,
Wix
wait, what's
website.
Power.io? Let's learn about Power.io.
IO is on GitHub, so I don't know
Well,
what that's about.
no, IO is Indian Ocean. Okay, I don't know what this is, but anyway.
Don't worry about it.
Anyways, at one point they had put something out through Ganshin. They put out Ender, so I don't know if they're going to do that again. It's probably less likely than I would want it to be. But I do think, like, if they can make that available, and it's as good as that preview makes it sound, which it sounds great. And even, like, this is like, some of it's a harder sound, but some of it's like a lot of well-mixed light stuff. And we saw that with that timer PV that they put out. That they like put a ton of effort. If you listen to the difference between the mixes across like the demos that they put out of that compared to like the song that's in the PV, and I also presume the single version, the final single version, like they are like doing some intense like investment into production. Like they're doing great. So I think they will be an MVP. I would arguably still list them as an MVP, even if, as like this was a win. This is one of the winners of 2019. Like they crushed it, because MUCC just will come around with an album that for me personally, I'll just be like, you just crushed my year, man. But I would be on the fence if it was like something that solid and then they just completely made it unavailable. I don't know. I mean, cause like look at this look and listen to that sound that they have in that that preview. It's like it's perfect for like futuristic like hipster Westerner kids, right, Winona? Like they would be super down with it, especially since like a lot of the hipster crowd, it comes from the metal scene these days, because like the hardcore kids and they're still around and shit like that. I don't know, like it seems like something that would like low key under the radar just really scratch a lot of different people's itches, I guess. and so I would love to see that made available. So theirs is kind of a simple like they're probably a hit if the album's just as good as it's probably going to be, and then they're definitely a hit, a home run if they make it available in any reasonable way to the West. What do you think about that?
I think they need to come back to America. I think if they release this album, they need to make moves back to America.
That's a good point. Well, I hope they do. I just, I guess they would just come back via anime convention. That's the other possibility, is that there's a surprise anime convention appearance happening. You never know.
That would be fine. If they come back to an anime convention, that would be great.
Yeah. Because it's I think it's been 2 albums that aren't available on streaming services, the last 2 from them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a lot to make up for, to build like some hype overseas for a tour. I mean, at least at an anime convention you can sell physical CDs, but obviously people are going to be like, get on streaming, please, especially if you sell out while you're there. So we'll see, but in terms of the music, super confident. So there's always that. So yeah, I think that's it. I think we're done.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I can die now. That was pretty positive, right? Pretty upbeat.
Yeah, I think it's all right.
I kept it kind of zen,
You kept it kind of zen.
Yeah, this is a good distraction from all this pain. It doesn't help that it's like I'm like treating back pain and also starting to work out at the same time. It's like kind of rough. I don't know, but yeah. Are you done? You're falling asleep, aren't you?
Yeah. My mind is wandering to all my other responsibilities that I have to do tonight. So
yeah,
I think this is a good point to.
Yeah, this is a good time. I agree, Lauren. I also think 2019 will be a good year for Visual Kei. March is going to be insane. If it's even half as good as what it looks like it's going to be, this might be the best month of Visual Kei ever. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, okay. So thanks, guys, for this one's going to be an interesting one to watch because it's like I said, it's a crazy week, crazy health issues on my end. So I didn't get to announce this until like a couple hours ahead of time. We do stream every Saturday at 8 p.m. That is the one guarantee. We are trying to make them longer, like how this one is longer. We're probably gonna, have them going out longer, have more interactivity with you guys, like, reading the chat. We'll, like having the call-ins and stuff like that. So, but, until that everyone learns that, I do try and like give more of a notice, but this will be interesting because there's a lot of things I can put in tags and like in the title and stuff, like we talked about all the bands, so feel free to come check this out. So if you're finding this on YouTube after the fact, welcome and thanks for watching to the end, and definitely subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Every Saturday at 8 p.m. we do this live. If you want to join in the chat, and we'll read your chats, and you can call into the show and stuff. And our official website is vkh-press.com. There's my little in-card pitch, I guess. That's what you're supposed to do, right? So.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, basically. There you go. So, yeah, we'll see how this goes. And yeah, again, I'll be at Anime Milwaukee next weekend. So I'll do what I can to try and announce those ahead of time, like any live streams related to Acme. Ahead of time, but I mean, you can just be looking for like content covering Acme, coming out that weekend. Probably a live stream with some viewers, some of the regular viewers probably, like that from VKH Live that are going to be there. We did that last time with Miyavi at Anime Weekend Atlanta. So we'll probably do something similar with Acme. Yeah, so.
Except I won't be there. Well, I wasn't even there for AWA. I was running around doing fake star stuff at the time.
Yeah, but I will be solo. So if you see me at Anime Milwaukee and you weren't where I was going to be there, you feel free to come up and say hi. And I hope I'll have to practice socializing again this week, so I can talk to people. No, I'm just kidding. I'm if I'm in a safe zone, like a safe space, like an anime convention where I know everyone is like weird like me, LOL, so weird, LOL. But like that kind of, if we're all weirdos in our little weirdo space at the anime convention, it's a little bit easier to talk to everyone, I feel like. At least for me. I don't know. Do you agree with that, Winona?
I agree. I'm fine in an anime convention. Everyone's got the same general wavelength, mental wavelength, but at the same time, like, there's a little bit of a departure for me. I don't know. Just be nice. Please be nice to us. That's the only thing. Fans are scary.
You can be a dick. You can be a dick to me. I don't care. I don't know. I'm a dick to some of you watching.
Jeff's an
sometimes.
asshole.
So,
He's used to it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I deserve it. Winona doesn't deserve it. Kindred spirits. That's it. Kindred spirits. Thank you, Lauren. Yeah, that's what it is. A bunch of kindred spirits. It's easier to talk about the kindred things we have in common. So, all right. With all of that out of the way, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in a week. Actually, I'll see you sooner. Just make sure you subscribe and
it's this week.
Subscribe and join the Discord, because you're going to get hit with a bunch of information about some special streams coming very, very, very soon that I'm probably going to post after I get off here. I'll just drop that for any of the regular viewers. But, I say subscribe every time. So if you do that, you'll know. And if you don't know, then join the Discord, and then you'll definitely know. Takes 2-3 apps to get the word out, apparently, but we'll do it. We'll do it for you guys. So, thank you for joining me, Winona.
As always, Jeff.
Yeah. Best of luck moving. We'll talk to y'all later.
Thanks. Yeah, talk to you guys later.
Peace out.
Bye. Bye.